God dang it. Damn it, Jason.
Go get that burrito warmed up, buddy.
Yeah.
I was wanting
Warm
to
up
do a
that
sound
burrito.
check because I'm in a different space, so I have like everything is completely changed from what it's used
Chaz,
to.
you always sound amazing.
Is it okay?
You always
the
sound
mic's a
amazing.
lot closer to me, so I didn't want to be like it's coming through too hot or whatever.
You're perfectly fine. You can go warm up your burrito.
I was gonna say, at least since we're live now, I can monitor it on Twitch. So let me go to Twitch real quick and see how we sound. Thanks, Jason.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm always here to serve. I'm always here to serve you, Valev. Valev, allow me to open up the microwave door and gently insert your burrito.
Gently slide your burrito inside of it.
By the way, my handle online, my porn handle online is micro, last name Wave.
That's right.
So I listened back, and it sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna go heat up my dinner.
Wait! You changed the vernacular on us. You can't call it dinner.
Go warm up your burrito.
Okay,
Yeah,
now I feel bad.
I don't
now I
want to be
feel bad,
repetitive.
Derek. Are you telling me that it's been Dudley this whole time and not Dudley?
That's what I was saying. I'm
What-
like,
what is it?
Dudley?
I never
I
noticed.
thought it was
Dudley.
Dudley.
Yeah,
Like Dudley.
Like
Do-Right?
Dudley Do Right.
ugly with a D.
Oh, Ivar.
Dudley Do Right.
Nope.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's what
Dudley.
I was
It's
thinking.
Dudley.
Dudley.
Hi guys, my name is
Dudley.
Desiree. I'll be
No,
playing
it's
Valev.
not.
I
Yes,
do
it
this
is.
podcast.
It is
I'll be
what
playing-
is
Well-
on his character sheet.
Guess what? You better change it because we all know him lovingly as Dudley.
Well,
Dudley.
no,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to stare at it. Mm.
Dudley.
Dudley.
It's been Dudley for like a year and a half, and now you're telling us that it's Dudley.
Yeah, just don't go doing
I've-
that now.
Not once. I did. Well, obviously, I never noticed it. So, like, I always just assume, like, word association, Dudley.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
kinda,
that's funny. Okay, so what feat should Arena take?
Both of them.
Well, she's got several. Yes.
Smelly.
Yes.
Smelly feet.
I do not believe that they're smelly. Thank you very much. Arena
Furry
based.
feet. Oh, take furry feet. You're halfling. Take
Yeah,
furry
she's
feet.
already got furry feet, so I don't think
Gross.
I have to take
Shave them.
No, she's a halfling. It's
Yeah,
part of
shave
her
'em.
charm.
Wax
I
those
like-
feet, girl. Wax those feet.
I like my halflings bald.
Well, Arena's not bald. She has very long black hair now.
This is true.
And that
'cause you
translated
are-
to her feet as well. So
This is true.
What the heck?
Oh, that's gross. I just thought of something else that translated to, and now I'm just grossed out.
See what you do to yourself.
No, normally I don't see what I do to myself. I close my eyes and imagine it's someone else.
after laying on your hand so that it's all
That's
down
it.
to
Oh,
stranger.
why was I about to say that, man? The stranger. God, you're scary.
Oh my gosh, Ivar, I love you.
It has nothing to do with the SCA bug whatsoever.
Yeah, the Billy Joel. He's stranger.
There it is. Right.
It's your spell power.
Yeah. I could do spell sniper.
Do you have Warcaster already?
On this character, no. I do not believe so.
I mean, considering the
Warcaster's really good.
considering that we're approaching the main arc and the final kind of like, you may want to get things that are going to power you up.
Yeah.
I'm taking Skulker.
That's a really good one. I was gonna take Sentinel, but now I don't know, Tough or Sentinel?
Oh,
Hmm.
I suggest
the-
Sentinel right now, especially
I mean-
if you're going to have a lot of combats in between here and now. And Tough can just be your last minute one to give you that boost to HP so you know you're going to last.
And I feel like Sentinel's that one thing that if you're worried about a legendary reaction or a reaction that causes someone to move away from you,
Mhm.
you can pin them.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
and
taking
keeping
that.
them pinned to you could make all the difference in the world.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because I'm normally the person in combat with that thing while everyone else is throwing shit at them.
Yeah.
So it'll take their ability to walk away from me without incurring like a sizable amount of damage.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, if they fail a save, they can't move at all, right?
Right. Their speed becomes. What to say?
If you hit them, their speed becomes zero.
Right.
If you
They're
hit a
reduced to
creature with an
0.
opportunity attack, the creature speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn. Creatures provoke an opportunity attack even if they take the disengage action before trying to leave your reach.
Right.
That's a big one.
And that means it loses its ability to move, period, because
And
its speed goes to 0. It doesn't mean it can use
Right.
a legendary action to move again.
And
on another turn.
and if Apollo goes into base with them, if a creature's within 5 feet makes an attack against a target other than you, I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack. So if Apollo comes in, does a massive amount of damage, it decides to attack him, I can take an opportunity attack. So that's pretty good. And I already have Mage Slayer. So Mage Slayer and that are both pretty powerful.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fuck up that Priest of Merkel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really do have to.
Except when we get to Merkel, it'll be like, it's not a spell, it's an ability. That's how he gets around that. Oh, it's not a spell, it's an ability.
Sometimes it's an effect.
It's an effect.
Mm-hmm.
And remember,
A magical effect?
If you happen to be a barbarian and it's an effect you can see, you get an advantage on your deck saves at least.
Heck yeah.
Hails to the yes.
To be fair, when you two are standing
To be
next
fair.
when Apollo and Gulshar are standing next to each other, I mean, they should basically make all of their saving throws. There's no reason.
Pretty
No
much.
doubt, right?
Well, I mean, natural ones are a natural failure, but
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah.
Well, the only only
can't
thing, like,
believe
I was
thought it
talking
was
to-
Dudley all this time. I thought it was. I thought I'm so
it's
confused.
Dudley. Dud.
I
Lee.
know. I don't know how to feel about this.
I know, it's really disheartening for all of us here at the table.
Disadvantage for
all-
Derek for the next
all
5
just-
weeks. Yeah, disadvantage.
Yeah.
All spells
No,
you know
fail.
what?
You
You know
I'm
what?
still
You know what?
poisoned
You know
until
what?
we take a short
On
rest.
Christmas and January, disadvantage for Derek when we play.
Oh, yeah, right.
I thought this was a season of giving.
Yeah, I gave you disadvantage.
On your son's
More like-
birthday,
Damn.
he gets triple advantage.
It's more like coal on my stocking.
Well, don't throw that away, man. Fuel costs have gone up. Burn that shit.
I got 4
Right?
of your DM dices, which I've still held on to, and I'm going to be saving. Last fight, I'm throwing all of them. I'm going to be like, natural 1? Nope.
Natural 2? Nope. Natural 3? Nope. Natural 4? Yep.
I should spell ghost with like a silent 3.
Yeah, right? It's not ghost, it's ghost. You guys have been mispronouncing it this whole time. It's
G-host.
ghost.
It's ghost.
It's ghost.
GGHH. It's GGG-HHH. Like, you know, like
Like
the
Django.
Scooby-Doo- like Scooby-Doo. Ghost.
It's oast. The G is silent. You guys have been mispronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been and the watchers we've been having internet issues today, and there's been other issues today.
I've had internet issues.
I don't
today,
even
too.
have a notification yet on here that it stopped.
We're back now.
We're back now.
Yeah, but now I'm going to have a 2-minute start or an 8-minute start or whatever with a remainder. It happened to me earlier today too. And I think it might actually be a StreamYard Twitch problem, to be honest. But yeah, hey everybody, happy Monday. We had a lot of fun last Monday as we concluded a milestone that allowed everybody to level up. And this will be taking us into the final and major arc of the campaign.
Assault on the Jasper mining colony.
Yeah. And I just got another TGBRG Academy is now live. Good Lord, the techo drama, the techno
At least we know the
drama.
alerts work.
Computers, you can't kill them, and if you try, they'll come and kill you. So
Well, that's only if they're
Skynet
Doc-
is real.
Skynet's real.
it's only if they're from Doctor Who, yeah, right? The Dialects. It's only the
Cybermen?
Dialects.
They're
Cybermen.
not computers, though. They have organic
Cybermen.
bodies inside those little.
Yeah,
tin
they're
cans
just
of
shells.
True.
The Cybermen were more, and they're not even computers because they're people brains inside the robot bodies.
Well, what do you think a computer is? That's exactly what it is.
Oh,
Okay.
my laptop has a people brain in it? I
Absolutely.
didn't think it was. I don't think it's big
Will
enough.
a people
it's,
brain put the parts together?
I don't think.
Does
that-
it let its little brain think for its big brain?
Well, then mine's going insane because it's literally
So
falling apart.
about that,
I don't think it's
recap,
got a big brain.
Hopefully, Kai's
About
rebooting
that big brain.
will be good to go soon.
Yeah.
Oh, Windows wants me to reboot. No.
Uh-oh.
We should do that in the middle of the game. No.
Hey, did you guys know that the Windows
Update,
11 is
update.
out now? My computer has been trying to get me to update from 10 to 11.
So,
And
the beauty of it is-
worried. I don't want to.
no, the beauty of it is you cannot actually upgrade to Windows 11. There is a setting in the BIOS of your computer that if you don't change that setting, it will not auto update. So there's no way
Well,
it
that's
can
good.
force Windows
No,
11
it just
on you,
keeps
so.
asking me with like alerts, like, "Hey, by the way, have you noticed 11 is out? You can download it."
Totally upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then everything else will
totally
stop
downgrade to Windows 11.
I have to
Then
wait
you
for
get
all
that-
of my production and DJ programs to update and make sure that they're compatible. It's not
Yeah,
fun.
then you get that degradation software that slowly wears out your computer or laptop, so you have to buy a new model every season.
Well, I've been
Yep.
following the Windows 11 because I'm still a computer nerd, even though I'm retired from IT. The only thing they did uniquely different to Windows 11 is that they introduced a new program called a scheduler, and they developed it in tandem with the new next-gen Intel, so Intel 12. And basically, Windows and Intel 12 are going to be able to create priorities for the core processors. So they're now going to have what they call P cores and E cores. P core is a priority core, and an E core is an economic core. And the idea is all your low-grade software that doesn't need a lot of, fancy shit to run will be scheduled on your E core, and all your fun games and all your high-end techno shit that you need will run on your P core. This is assuming that every software company out there builds the necessary third-party software abridgment to allow it to work.
They won't. They won't.
So it's like, big fuck you.
All right. So I'm thinking.
I'm an AMD processor person, so I'm cool.
Sounds like they didn't think about the recourse.
No, they just don't care. They just don't
Anybody?
I
care.
saw what you did
Anyway,
there. I saw what
thank
you
you.
did there.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I saw what you did there.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I'm thinking Gift of the
Making
Gem
sure.
Dragon. What do you guys think of that one?
Gift
you guys
of-
see that
for
one?
what? For what now?
It's a feat.
You can't take that.
Oh.
It's one of the new feats from the new book.
Did I enable?
Oh, I haven't even looked at
No,
that.
that's good because it gives you poison resistance, which they
Here,
always
let
hit
me
us
make
with.
sure the campaign. Let me make sure the campaign's enabled for all the content because I might have forgotten to do that. Give me a sec.
I think.
No, I don't think so. You've manifested some
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
it's
power
enabled.
of gem
Yeah.
dragons, granting
Oh,
you the
Gem
following
Dragon. Never
benefits.
mind.
Gem Dragon.
Gem Dragon.
Increase
the
your.
new
I'm
Fizbin's book.
picking wisdom. Not that it's going to up my point or anything because it's only 1 point.
I haven't
when you
looked at the
take-
chromatic one above that.
Boop.
Why are you poking me in the head?
Boop.
Why are you poking me in the head?
The mute doesn't work. Why is the mute
I'm
not working?
gonna poke you in the head. Mm.
Oh my goodness! Can you guys tell it's Monday? So yeah, we
Maybe.
we
I
hit a
got elemental
milestone.
wild shape. Just gonna say that.
We hit a milestone, so we're going through the level up stuff right now, so that
Yeah.
when they take their next long rest, they can take on the affects of their level up. And what level are you guys now? Huh?
16.
16.
I know it's
16.
crazy. Crazy.
I think we should.
We're gonna do side quests till we get to
Have
20.
a side
though, so.
quest. We should go to get a side quest and get to 20. Yeah.
We're gonna go to the coast.
We're
Just
gonna
to hang
go to
out.
Mudknocker. Let's go.
Yeah,
to
Maybe
gonna-
hunt some pirates. Who knows?
Yeah.
I love doing that.
We come back and
Why?
Whist is a blazing inferno.
Because
Whoops.
I
I
like.
could see the pores on his skin.
Whoa.
Highly
Whoa.
exfoliated.
There's no
pores.
reason for that
Highly
level
exfoliated.
of
Detail.
there's no reason for that level of nonsense.
I'm back in my studio, and so I have my screens. So I have the
Hey,
D&D Beyond's on this
adventurers
side,
back.
and when he changes it to me, like my screen just zooms in
Yay.
really crazy on my face. It was
Yay,
quite the
raid.
peripheral scare there. It was almost a jump scare, but it was more of like a
Almost.
zoom in. But
Did you get the zoomies for a while?
A little
My
bit,
cats
little bit.
get those.
okay, so I get to roll a D10. Is that right? Let me see.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
those of you
druids.
just
Nope,
joining
D8.
us and giving us this special raid, thank you so much. We hit a milestone last Sunday, so everybody is leveling up. What
Yay.
level are you guys again now? What level are we at?
16.
16. Level 16. It's been over a year and a half since we've been on this little adventure. And we're in the final arc, and we'll probably start hitting all of the kind of like final little tidbits and pieces as we make our way into this fun little journey. But yeah, last session was fun, man. That was cool times. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
So, with that, before we start our recap, everything we need to know about our channel is down below. I am a horrible person when it comes to selling this channel. I apologize. If you give us a follow, which somebody just did, thank you very much for that follow. Much appreciated.
Yay! I will follow him.
I believe that was Alakian O'Leary. I've seen him on the Adventurers Pack. And for those of you out there that have not experienced the Adventurers Pack, I highly recommend you go check them out for lots of different reasons. Number one, they run a gauntlet episode, I think once per week, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. And what they do is they take the traditional rule set of all of the monsters in the monster manual, and they play them one by one per the creature rating. And it's a group of adventurers that are trapped in this perpetual like gauntlet. And if they die, they get cast back into the interior of the gauntlet to wait their next, their next challenge. And then they kind of interact with each other. And the cool thing is, if you go there, you can also get involved in their stream loots, or you can use their channel points to influence like little nudges of things. Like they could find a magic potion, help them gather up a magic item. It's really fucking cool. It's lots of fun. I've been so busy creating content for the new Sunday game. Unfortunately, the only time I can watch a lot of my favorite programs now is I have to go to the library and watch them in the library. Yeah, that's the Friday one. And our Age of Arcanum game on Friday is going to be wrapping up. So that campaign will be wrapping up this Friday. I'll finally have a little bit of time to spend in that one. So, and be able to watch it while I do some creativity stuff. But yeah, our Sunday game, An Absent Throne, is our live in-studio game that we have now, which is right after our Debtor's Gambit game on Sunday. We have a new game starting up on Saturday called The Graying Lands, which is Adventures in Wildemont of the Deep North of the Graying Lands. Thursdays is our one-shot, but that is moving to the first Thursday of every month, because I've officially run out of time to be able to manage that particular event. So that will be presented December 3rd, where you come and you bring your level 10, level 15, or level 20 character and practice it in one of our encounters. Yeah, I know. I think I had to reset my main screen, Chaz.
It's okay.
So I might have blocked that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The emotes are they're active.
There we go.
Do you want me to do one again?
Yeah, make sure I put it in the right space.
So
Let's
it's
see.
up front.
There we go.
Wee doggy.
So our schedule, if you go down and check out our schedule, Monday nights is Faerun and Reborn. Tuesday nights is Denizens and their Masters, the Adventures Along the Menagerie Coast. We are coming up on almost a year and 10 months with that one. We have Wednesday, The Descendants, which is our alt history campaign. We also have a Tuesday afternoon campaign called Titan's Revival. we are currently working on a Star Wars campaign that we expect to bring you in the near future.
Aren't you going to be a player in that one?
I think I get to be a really cool smuggler in that one, and I'm super excited for it.
Can't
Thursday,
wait to watch that one.
Thursday may be the time slot for our Star Wars RPG. Friday, Age of Arcanum is wrapping up. Saturday, The Greying Lands. Sunday, Debtor's Gambit, and An Absent Throne. So in between all that, I occasionally do world creation pop-ups where I'm going to continue creating the new world for the Sunday game, the world of Kalisha, and the first continent we're working on is Luna Verde. It is a humanoid-dominated world, so that's been kind of fun polishing that and getting that all set up and everything. So yeah, we are now level 16. Holy shit. Welcome to tier 4, everybody. Welcome to tier 4. Things are going to get harder. The final arc of the story is definitely going to kick off. But before we start, really quick, Valev, tell us about your projects that you got going on.
Oh, just a production studio that I'm turning into a mobile production studio. It is mobile now, but it's actually going to be even more noble.
Noble?
It will be noble.
It's definitely
It will
noble.
be a noble
It's
mobile
definitely
business.
noble.
It is a noble cause. Noble cause.
EMP Studios is my production company and media company, and I make stuff. I make digital content, photo and videos, as well as produce music, play music, perform.
And I know he's too humble to say this, folks, but he is the number one reason why the quality of my studio improves probably every time we work on something new. And we had a really fun Sunday. He came out, helped me install the new beam for the microphones. Yeah. He ordered and organized all the microphones so that when he gets them to me, we were able to test them, and then I'm going to just pay him for the work. So he is an amazing artist, folks. So if you ever need any help, just give him a reach around. Reach out to him. Sorry, that was tempered by the burrito jokes. That was definitely tempered by the burrito jokes.
I take PayPal, Vel.
And he takes warm burritos. Anyways, so go ahead, Vlad.
Cash App.
Bitcoin.
Venmo.
He just doesn't take shit from a white-haired...
I'll take stocks. I'll take Bitcoin. I'll take NFTs. Let me go at it.
Ooh, yeah, NFTs.
Yeah,
and then I have socks.
You like socks?
I like socks.
You should do a sock design brand.
Like a Hands of Mercy sock design.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
That would be cool, because then you cover feet as well, which is,
Yeah. Feet are gross. Anyways,
I have this other thing called the General Invention Company. It's a D&D 5e podcast. It's a video production. We release episodes on Tuesday. This Tuesday, I believe, is episode 15, if I'm not mistaken, that we're releasing. It's fun. I get to play a Dragonborn Ranger Rogue, and he's like essentially Batman in dragon form.
Yeah.
And
Dragonborn form.
Dragonborn form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when I was being at the studio this weekend, I was able to stay at the ranch, which was really awesome because I was in my bus.
The ranch.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was fun.
It was so cool.
Give the mobile studio a test, and we hung out.
It was nice.
Got to hang out with all the show you. Did you see all the animals the following morning? Were you able to walk down to the paddock?
I walked the property. Took Diva on a walk. It was
so,
such a nice way to start the morning.
We live in California, and we have a 13.5-acre ranch that we're currently rehabbing. And our event this morning was sorting the horny animals from each other. And then the second event this morning was capturing my neighbor's guinea fowl and getting them back over into his yard. So, typical things that you have to do early in the morning. So, yeah. And we have a very pregnant goat that we're fingers crossed is going to be dropping twins tonight. And if not, definitely by the end of this week, I think. She is definitely showing. So with that, let's go ahead because we are running a little late. I was dragging a little on purpose in hopes that Kai would reappear, but she is having technical difficulties and she'll eventually pop in when she's ready. But we're going to go forward. Adventures Pack, thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. So with that, let's go ahead and recap. The team, after spending some time at Vert's tower and beginning to calculate what's required of finally making their way into the vault that they now figure they know what it's for. At some point, this vault or this area or this basement resided in the possession of Lady Silverhand, the adoptive parentage of Kai Silverhand. And it's quite possible that the desiccated skeleton that was discovered in the fractured academy, the fractured section of the academy, contained the astral lathe and some other arcane artifacts, as well as the physical remains of Lady Silverhand, all pointed towards needing to acquire those items and then utilizing them to try to make their way into this vault. Of course, this came on the heels of a rather dark interlude with Kai Silverhand, as she, not only under the subjugation of the Dark Lord of Merkel, found herself a puppet master to the Cursed Blades, or a puppet to the puppet master of the Cursed Blades. After they were properly taken from her and the entities cast into the darkness from which they came, the team got a very despondent, urgent call from Derek, as the Dryad of the Dryad's Grove, deep in the Western Woods, had reached out to Derek to say that the Grove was under assault, as these huge monstrosities coming from the Jasper mining region had not only made their way in rather monstrous fashion into the Grove, or at least into the Western Wood, but it would seem that their assault was an actual distraction to lend Ixildrith the opportunity to take out his final vengeance upon this party that is doing everything they can to not only stop the Merkel priests and acolytes and those seeking to bring the old bone god back from banishment and bring it into existence, but also, well, sensing the transformation of Arena and recognizing the breath of a god upon a mortal entity, he took his Merkel focus and attempted to self-sacrifice himself for the absolute destruction of Arena's form. It was Golshaw's last-ditch effort to prevent this from happening that caused him to be destroyed and sent asundered to the ground. Not only that, but his massive purple worm mount destroyed as well. All of you managed to catch your breath. You peer around the wooded area. These large monstrosities, 3 of them here now, the purple worm, the other 2, because while the other one was banished, it returned during the combat. There, you struck it down as well. But all around you, in this wooded area, you can hear a great struggle going on. You can hear the Bearkin tribesmen as they howl and just assault after assault into these massive creatures that are swarming amongst the woods. But after a few minutes, it gets a little eerily quiet. You can hear armor and weapon begin to fade. You can hear cries of pain and terror fade as well, as the combat, this battle raging around you, begins to fade. And all of you watch as one by one the survivors of this encounter begin to kind of crawl from underneath the foliage of the trees, coming out from different shadowy areas, bearkin with the harnesses of their massive bear mounts being pulled behind them, all of them covered in either viscera or some other form of proof that they just survived a very intense battle. Meanwhile, while this is happening, the leader of the Bearkin appears. Brachus appears, and the leader of the Chimera Company appears as well. The 3 of them walking over. Velev, it's interesting to see the look on your mentor's face. He's smiling. His tattoos are ablaze with arcane energy. He is awash in his enemy's blood, and he has only you to thank for it as he comes and steps forward. Valev, thank you. We lost many, but their deaths were glorious. This was very much worth the opportunity. How are you and yours faring? Is everybody okay?
We lost Wilson.
Yes, I...
Wilson!
Your treant friend, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Can he be helped? Can we go over there and look?
Yeah,
there,
give me investigation check, because you kind of like check the area where you just could see like the little shattered remnants of pieces
like
of wood
wood
and-
chips.
yeah, I mean it's just a
Well,
shattered
I'm
tree at this
picturing
point.
like Groot. Can we like plant him and grow another Wilson? Just you know. Just saying.
Wilson.
I rolled a 1, but I'm a
Starts out
halfling,
as a little
and I get
baby
to
Groot.
re-roll it.
Vanguard
And
kind
I
of
rolled
like
a 2.
yeah.
I rolled a natural 20 plus 4.
Okay.
I got a 4.
As you guys all kind of mill around, kind of towing at the soil and the undergrowth and watching the ragtag remains of all of your different groups that had come over here to participate with this event, they begin to disappear towards the Chimera Fort off in the distance, making their way. You could see the still forms of combatants that were not recovered and some heavily injured. But they are making a steady stream out of this area. Vimac, Brachus, and Vengar are the only 3 that kind of remain behind to kind of console and help you look through. Valev, you managed to find a rather large bark-like section of Wilson. Most of the other detritus and remains of Wilson is a bit shattered and scattered in very small pieces, but you collect it. Derek, you would at least have the knowledge and memory that Wilson would have been the source or companion of your dryad friend, and perhaps maybe taking this remnant back to her might prove advantageous. You're not really sure, though.
All right, I'll gather up what I think is needed, and then I'll see if I can check with her after this.
Okay.
I'd like to just figure out how many enemies were defeated and stuff like that, and then make sure everything's okay.
Do you want to use your awareness
before.
ability for that, or what's your thought?
Let me see. How long does that take me?
So guys, I can bring one of these creatures back. Like, should I bring the worm or should I bring one of the other giant constructs back?
Well, the worm's got all the cool poisons and
At
stuff. in
least-
it.
You
at
watch
least
his
the worm-
Vengar's face like twist in concern as he stares over at Arena. What do you mean you can bring one of these creatures
Not
back?
bring back to life. No, I mean bring back to town.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh, whew.
No.
I was gonna
misunderstood
say
you.
at least the worm was a kind of like a creature and not a construct
I-
abomination thing.
Okay, so do you think harvesting that would be like the best?
Yeah.
We'll probably learn
so-
more from the abominations, though.
We already know how they're made.
Yeah, I'll spend a minute, and it lets me know what types of creatures are within 5 miles of my current location.
There is absolutely very little that is living within the 5 miles of your current location. All
Aside
the
from-
monstrosity forms that you can tell have been killed, at least about 8 of them, not including the 3 nearest you, right? The 2 that you dealt with, and then the purple worm that you dealt with as well. However, you can sense a small amount of diminished life forms kind of permeating the same area. But at the very center of your 5 mile radius, you go like 2.5 miles towards this feeling of trying to get an idea of what's around you. There's merely a darkness. a 300-foot radial darkness that you cannot penetrate. And currently, your dryad friend has not responded.
I think we're gonna
Wow.
have. I think
Doesn't
we're gonna have
sound
another
good.
fight on our hands.
Hey.
I need to get this poison cured, and then
Oh,
yeah.
I touch you and it's cured.
spending 5. And
I'm gonna-
Dudley, please.
I'm gonna
And
put
Dudley.
the purple worm in the necklace.
And Valev.
Okay.
And Valev too.
I'm not putting
Yeah.
11 in the
Yeah,
necklace.
you guys took a shit ton of damage and poison. This was that.
Yeah.
Remember,
So
that was
many
a
rolls that-
two-parter.
Oh, wait a minute.
That was a two-parter. We did the 2 monstrosities first, and then Ixeldeath
I just
arrived
need
at
to
the
do.
tail end of the combat. So
Me and
I
Dudley
think
are
it's
both.
5 hit points. Yeah, neutralize poison, so that'll be 15 hit points. So
okay.
okay.
There's an area that I just can't sense into, guys. So like,
Okay.
I think
You
we need
also
to treat our
kind of
wounds
reached
and-
out to her to try to get a response about recovering the treant, and she hasn't responded.
Alright, I guess I'll just put Wilson in my bag.
Derek.
I'm gonna do a prayer
Which
of
is kinda
healing.
weird.
It takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
I
Derek.
think
Yes.
we have 10 minutes.
I want to find the portal these creatures came out of. I would like to use your tracking. You're way
I can't.
better at
sense-
that than I am.
I can't sense that. I'm just aware of what beings are in the area around me, and I can't sense this in this specific area. So we might.
Well,
need
if
to
you're
look
on my
there.
carpet, I want to go through the tracks of these creatures to find where they came from. It's probably going to be a portal.
All right, I'll head up with them to see what I can scout because I do have the observant feat. So
Right.
I have a,
So Gulshaw and Derek are going to get on the flying carpet and begin
Right.
to ascend up into
You
the
guys
air.
Want to
Um,
wait after 10 minutes? And
Yeah,
then
we'll
go?
say that it takes them 10 minutes to kind of put their plan together.
Okay. And then.
And now you can dole out all the healing to everybody. If you guys also want to take the effects of a short rest, I'm okay with that as well, because you haven't done anything major at this point.
cool.
Okay.
I would like to do that after
Okay.
I figure out how much healing Arena gives us.
Okay.
10, 20, 24, 27.
Okay. You guys watch as the beacon pops up,
Not that
and you
great,
watch
but-
as this radiant, blackened energy emanates out.
No,
And
that's
as it
not.
does,
Oh, did the beacon? Is that still active?
no, I'm just
Does that
describing what your prayer does, because your prayer is different now. It's not like
No.
before.
So not. Oh yeah, I did prayer of healing. Right. Yeah.
Right. So as you conclude your prayer of healing, everybody watch this weird black darkened energy kind of emanate out of Arena's form. It immediately consumes 100 square feet of vegetation. You watch as all of the tree life and plant life around her just wilts and dies, and then all of you feel rejuvenated, the energy pouring into your bodies and giving you the healing back.
27. 27.
For you,
points.
Valev, Vegnor leans down from atop his massive beast to look at you and kind of looks at you and goes, are you sure she can be trusted, Valev?
Well, Arena's looking at that like really upset. So, she's not happy about the destruction.
I trust her as much as I trust you.
Good enough for me, Valev. Good enough for me. I'm going to see to our people. If you need me, call. And he
Same.
kind of like heel taps into the large bear, and you watch as he kind of makes his way out. Brachus looks at all of you and nods his head and says, I think I will prepare whatever I can get together. Any man or woman who can fight, I suspect we will need to focus on this. I'll leave this to you. You have 2 days. In 2 days, whatever I can assemble, I head for Jasper Mining Colony. This has got to end. This is not sustainable for us. If they keep coming at us in these large masses, we will continue to suffer greatly, and we cannot. We will scrape the countryside. We will reach out to whoever we can, but we must move, and we must move quickly with what we have. Another assault like this will finish us. And he kind of rears up on his horse and kind of it pivots and moves away. Vimac, the last one to stand there, as Derek and Gulshaw prepare the carpet. As Arena, you kind of cast out the healing energy. Vimac looks at you, Arena, and kind of leans down to his knee with the horse bridle in his hand. What will you have us do, Arena? There's not many of us left. I can send for the remaining garrison that is at Traverton. But I'm inclined to agree with Rakis.
Send messages to the swamp and send messages to the
Mudknocker.
Yeah, Mudknocker, and send messages to the orcs of the plains seeking their assistance.
Oh, I forgot about them. Yes, immediately. I will look for whoever we can find. But we move.
Wait. Plains, orc, leader, Trag.
We move in 2 days. You guys have 2 days. And then he quickly gets onto his horse. And then he looks over at you, Gulshaw. May I gather the Templars as well?
Yes.
And he rears back, smiles, a wicked, toothy grin at you. But it's that. There's that kind of familiarity of this kind of like very desperate gambit that's beginning to form. And he just nods in your direction and rears back, and the horse takes off through the forest and out of sight, leaving the six of you alone in the forest. You guys watch as Derek and Gulshaw leap onto the flying carpet.
All that's been preparing. I've basically just been wrapping bandages on my wounds.
Arena.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Arena.
Yeah.
Send a message to my uncle. Tell him we need his help desperately. See if he can assemble the tribes.
In 2 days?
And make his way here.
I send the message.
Okay. So that's part of your downtime. This way, you guys can equate this to a short rest of activity. You watch as Gulshaw and Derek, as the carpet makes its way out through the tops of the canopy of the tree, and you can see it hover for a moment, and then it disappears along the horizon as if they're searching for something. With that, Valev, Arena, and Apollo, what do you want to do with your time?
I want to look at that big monstrosity that made the magic disappear.
Yeah, give me investigation on that one.
Okay.
Can I help her?
Absolutely, give her advantage.
Well, is your
+4.
yeah, mine is a +2.
I love that kind of meta. You're higher.
I got a dirty 20.
Does your food come from a chicken butt? I'm just saying. Does your food come from a chicken butt?
Yeah, I love his shirt. I got it for him. My mom and I got it for him. It says chickens, the pet that poops breakfast.
There you go.
So, 18?
No, I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh. Between the two of you kind of exploring the surface of this creature, there are obvious marks of it being assembled. You can see strange arcane glyphs and wards that have stitched this creature out of many other creatures. You could see where protruding bone and muscle has been augmented by strange plasma-like magic, like plasma-like liquid nodules that are now kind of gradually decaying and falling apart. Even as you look at this creature, you hear a hissing sound as some of the glyphs kind of and skin and bone and muscle are coming apart. You watch as an eyeball kind of slots out. The eyeball's about the size of a large wagon, and it falls onto the ground. one by one, these nodules are decaying and fading and kind of creating this kind of miasma-like gas that's kind of floating about the creature. You find buried deep within the upper cranium of the creature, because where the eye had sloughed out, you find a crystalline orb that is gradually fading. You pull it out of the brain pan through the eye socket of the creature. It fills both hands of Arena, and she's struggling to lift it out. Valev, you kind of hustle over. Yeah, and
with
help her.
My -1 strength.
The two of you kind of stagger away from the creature, and the crystal falls to the ground. It's pulsing with a very dim greenish light at this point.
I want to stomp on it, but
Well, what if it's just like a stone that absorbs and holds all the magic?
well, it's fading. So
I cast a cantrip.
I don't have identify.
So with it being so close to you, as you cast the cantrip, the last of the energy fades and your cantrip fails to cast.
Oh, that's how it did the non-magic area. Okay.
So maybe it only has a certain amount of charges and now it doesn't work and we just broke it, or
the creature's dead and is no longer powering it back up.
yeah, that could be. I was hoping for maybe like something on the like happier side of the potential options. But
this is a potential option right here.
I'm trying to.
It's like a wand that only has so many charges. Yeah.
I don't know how things work, Arena. Okay.
Well, the
I'm
other
not
thing too
sure
to keep in mind, Faerun has no arcane weave right now, so the weave has been absent for a very long time. And arcane magic doesn't quite work at all, and when it does work, it's dangerous. The fact that you tried to cast your natural innate magic, clearly whatever charge was in there counteracted your ability to cast that cantrip. Give me an Arcana check. We'll see if you can figure out this kind of connection.
Maybe every day at dawn.
Yeah, nice try,
it
buddy.
gets a certain amount of charges back.
Yeah, and
Nice
it rolls
try.
a 1d6 or a 1d4. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. What am I
I'll
rolling?
roll for Arcana.
Arcana, yeah.
No, I got a 7.
I got a 16.
16.
And I have a -1 Arcana.
We can't hear you, Apollo.
Yeah, I know he chatted because I think he's having a microphone issue.
Yeah.
Let me try removing him and then.
That's in
re-adding
Arena's
him.
necklace right now, and
Yeah, the
Oh.
purple worm is
How long
currently
is it?
in Arena's
Hello.
necklace. Oh, there you are. We can hear you
There
now.
he is.
Alright. Yeah, I was gonna try to harvest. What's it called
Well,
the.
the worm is in
if
the
you
necklace.
have, yeah, I was like, if
for
you
later.
still have it, yeah.
Yeah, the worm's in the necklace for later.
Yeah,
I was going to
she-
take it to Vert and Tamlin.
I just
Because
have
they-
a poisonous kit, so.
they were into that first
harvested.
one.
Yeah, they harvested the first one.
Well, okay, so on that point.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back to that later. Let's resolve what Valev
Actually, I
learned
think
about
they fed
the.
most of it to the dragons.
Yeah.
The worm?
Yeah.
Well,
No, I thought
remember
it was
you
the basilisk.
No, that was
Oh.
after the worm. Remember, you had come across the worm coming back or making your way back from the volcano when you saw the Tabaxi convoy making its way up to the Maw Chasm.
Yeah.
So there was
The
that
only thing-
minor worm that you had dealt with because it had been driven out by the volcanic eruption. That was the first thing you came across coming out of the Mudknucker swamp over by the Pim ruins.
Mhm.
So you've dealt with a smaller version of this. This one's gargantuan compared to that one. That one was definitely a more of a lesser version of this one, and maybe even a different subspecies, because this one clearly has been manipulated and augmented similar to the other one. So we'll say during Apollo's short rest, have him make a couple rolls to see if he can harvest some poison before you
Okay.
set it into the necklace, because I know he was cut off, so he was probably trying to tell us that.
I would also
Valev,
like to
what did
cast
you get for your
Gentle
Arcana
Repose on
check?
it. Gentle repose.
16.
16. The only connection you can make with this crystalline structure is that since it was directly affected by the fact you cast a cantrip right next to it, you get the feeling that this thing is affected by magical arcane nature, or you get the feeling that it was feeding off the idea that magic was being used. And now that magic wasn't being used, it faded, and it just couldn't sustain itself anymore, which kind of makes sense because as you and Arena and Apollo are staring at this creature, the way it's been assembled was magical. You get the feeling that there's something about this creature, this crystalline structure, that sustained the effect of this crystal. And with the death of the creature, that sustainability went away. And all your cantrip did was pull that last charge, that last counter charge out of the structure. But the structure's still intact. And it's
broke it.
It's about the size of a large pumpkin at this point, a very large pumpkin with a lot of facets and like tilted and slanted kind of glass-like structures. It's an interesting structure.
If anybody knows where there's arcane magic, like old, like the kind that's not around anymore, if there is any, it might be able to bring this thing back to life, and then it can absorb more stuff.
Yay. Will the
Seems
gem...
important. I don't know.
Yeah. Will the gem fit?
Kaya has identify. She could just tell us what it is.
I don't want her touching anything.
You burnt.
Amazing.
Kai Silverhand, report to the burn ward. Kai Silverhand to the burn ward.
Sorry, Kai. Sorry, Kai. Not really. It wasn't you. I know it wasn't you.
So what checks do I
will the
need to
gem
make?
fit?
So while you guys are figuring out,
will
go
the
ahead.
gem fit into the bag of holding?
The rucksack, yes, but not the regular bag of holding.
Not wrong character. I don't have the duffel bag on this character.
Then no, it will not fit in a regular bag of holding.
Okay.
I mean, you could strap it onto Ghost. I mean, he's currently not really carrying all that much weight.
Strapping it onto Ghost. Grabbing a scrap of fabric off of some dead thing and wrapping it up and strapping it to Ghost.
Okay. With that, Apollo, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check really quick. With advantage, because you do have a poisoner's kit.
Okay. Oh. My sleight of hand's not great.
That's why you have advantage, because you have a poisoner's kit.
13.
13. Now go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Roll a d20 and add your dex to it.
Okay. That's not the right one. 15, not
15.
20.
What's your proficiency modifier now?
4.
4.
Oh, 5.
Five. You manage to extract 5 large doses of purple worm poison from the gland, just as Arena then casts Gentle Repose on it and brings it in to the necklace to prevent it from decay and therefore transport it back to Vert.
All right. Does anybody need, does anybody need anything? Maybe it's called. Would y'all like me to put some on your weapons before combat, or next combat or anything like that?
I don't hit things.
Things hit her.
It would be cool to have those in bullet form, but that would probably take a while.
You know,
I will say this much. Kai over here.
How long do you think that it would take?
Well, I
would
don't
probably
think it
love
would
it.
take that long, but can I borrow a dose of that, please, Apollo?
All right, here you go.
Thank you. And you watch as she's kind of holding the ceramic jar in front of her and looking at the liquid, and she goes, Valev, you make some of the most interesting suggestions. And she tucks it away and she kind of mounts up on her horse. And with that, Gulshaw and Derek, you are now hovering over and following the guidance of Derek, taking you closer to the center of this void that Derek is describing. And as you begin to get a little bit closer to where he's describing,
I would
You could-
expect him not to go over it, like we'd stay a distance away.
Fair
I
enough.
won't
as
fly
you
into
get
it.
closer to where you can get a vantage point of trying to physically see this location, the two of you go ahead and give me perception checks really quick. And I'll say with advantage because you are on the flying carpet being directed by Derek.
I got perception. I got 25.
Okay.
All right.
Dirty 20. I got a natural 20 plus 5.
Let's see. I got a what is it? 15 plus 13. That's
28. So
28.
25
Isn't your
and
passive
28.
like 21 though?
my passive is 25.
You rolled
so
super shitty.
My passive is exactly what his.
So
he
you-
just
His
rolled.
roll
you
was-
rolling,
Yeah.
you rolling could actually give you a lower perception than if you just like.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
passive's
Weren't
only
even
15,
trying.
so
Welcome to tier 4, folks. Welcome to tier 4. So as the two of you are in the back of the carpet and you're roughly kind of skirting the top of the canopy of trees and kind of doing concentric circles closer to the point that Derek is trying to point you out towards, you can now see this very like obsidian black column just coursing up into the sky, and it is contained or partially obscured by the largest tree that you've ever seen. Derek, you get the feeling that you're looking at the Grove location at this point, and something else is going on there, but you're not entirely sure what it is. You're currently about a half mile away from the location.
Let's regroup with the others, and I'll help them, and we'll make our way back here.
it looks like we have to fight at the Grove. So we turn around and go back.
And as you turn around, begin your way back, you begin to realize that these huge monstrosities, there's a collapsed trail that's maybe 2,000 feet wide of trees that have been knocked over, uprooted, shoved off to the side that lead up to the Grove Point. And then as you turn to make your way back, you can see where that same trail led in the direction of where all the company and everybody else did battle. And you could see their decaying forms like off and underneath the canopy. And eventually the four of you watch as the circling carpet lands and all six of you are back together again.
All right.
I want to.
How's it looking?
Yeah.
There's some sort of black structure encompassing the grove, and there's a large tree over it.
A structure?
Yeah.
An obelisk. We need to go there. They're doing something there.
Have you guys finished up what you needed here?
For the most part.
All right. I'll lead
DM
whoever
question.
can.
Yeah.
Do we get the new spell slot or the new additional spell if it was a short rest versus a long rest?
Gotta
With the
take that
level up?
long. You gotta take that long rest first.
Long rest in order to be able to use the additional spell slot.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll lead the people who aren't going on Gulshah's carpet through the forest, since we can travel at normal speed. If
I'll
leading
go
the
with
way.
Derek.
I get on Ghost.
Okay.
Because I got to transport Dudley, or Dudley's got to come with me anyways, so might as well.
You can ride Dudley.
Yeah, he's big enough now. You could ride him.
Dudley.
Remember Dudley?
Dudley.
I
Dudley.
refuse. I refuse.
Dudley.
I very
You can
rarely
ride Dudley.
throw my old man weight around. I refuse.
Oh my god,
It is Dudley.
Gulshah. The bag. Now I want a cookie. How
Is he eating a cookie now?
Gulshah, I want
My
Yo, at
pancreas-
least I went out of frame, took every bite, and then came. I was not bold enough to actually eat
You
in
and your-
front of everybody.
Fucking
It's
waffle
a stroop.
cookies.
It's a stroop waffle. It's a stroop waffle.
Strip waffle. I have a salad.
It's a strip waffle? What's
It
a
looks
strip
like
waffle?
a pizzelle.
Yeah, I'll ride on Dudley.
It's the
Okay.
waffles you get at strip joints when you go in.
Stroop waffles.
You brought it. You brought it home.
Yeah, it smells like I'm not.
Nope. Nope. Moving on.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, I remember from my 20s, stripper smells good.
That's all I hear from.
Just saying.
Hey,
Kai!
there she is.
Maybe.
Yay!
Yeah, we'll
Yay!
see. We'll see
we
how
got
long
today?
it holds out.
We got
Okay.
it. Let's do
Although I
this, Kai.
suspect her laptop was like doing like a major like upgrade or something because that's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
common.
yeah.
Yeah, I got
Alright.
you. Hey,
Oh,
just so I don't I don't know why, I don't know where I put it. I keep putting it in my NPC summary and I highlighted it, and once again I can't find it. What the fuck is the name of your dryad friend again, Derek?
It is in my NPC summary too.
Strawberry.
Dig deep in the
Oh,
notes.
Alathine.
Alathine. The highlight didn't. It's right there. Okay, sorry. I selected that one, and I don't know why the highlight didn't stick. That is very strange.
So let's move
There
out.
we go. So with that, what are you guys doing?
Onward to adventure.
Okay.
I
So,
know quickly. Away.
I'm still in Berkin form.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're still in Berkin form. So
I
you can,
got 4 hours on that boy. So
yeah, you can travel at a pretty
just
good
gonna run
clip.
that one out.
Yeah.
Alright.
So with Derek's guidance and the command of this terrain, it takes you guys about 2 hours to find the very edge of the space that Derek had described. You don't even need your guys' passive perception. You begin to realize the space. There's almost a demarcation point. Just as Derek is like, I think it's over. The amount of like vacuumous cold that begins to kind of permeate from this space becomes obvious. You even begin to notice that the trees and all the living structures in this immediate area are literally undone. Like they're unwinding. You can see flecks of like material drifting off of the trees and turning to almost like a yellow ash kind of color and settling to the ground. But then it's all kind of swirling and being pulled towards the center mass. And from this position, you can see a large swirling black column with bits of yellow and green light coalescing through it, arcing up and into the sky. And it's currently shrouded this massive tree, this tree that was sticking a good 1,000 feet above the canopy. And the tree is gradually being absorbed. And you can see tendrils of energy spilling out of the aquatic grove that makes up Alathine's home or location. For you, Derek, this looks like nothing that it used to look. Something is undoing this place. You're just not entirely sure what it is.
All right, I guess we'll start with the obelisk.
Okay.
Or
As
can I
you get
do a
clo-
roll investigation?
I mean, as you get close, you begin to realize it's not a physical form. It's this massive, like, smoke and, like, semi-gaseous column of blackened air that is coalescing around this large tree.
All right.
And we don't have any word from the Dryad at all. We don't know what's
Alathine
happened
has
or
not
anything.
responded to Derek's inquiries at this point.
She's probably in the tree.
So I have a spell that is conjure woodland beings, and a CR1 creature is a dryad that I'm able to conjure. Would I be able to try and, through magical natures, summon, conjure her to?
You can give it a try if you want to.
It's a 5th level spell, and I only got one of those
I-
slots. Like I
I
don't know how important it is if
I
we
would
gotta find
suggest-
her.
Yeah, I would suggest to wait because we don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Is there like, are there any? Can I roll investigation to try and find like
If you guys
openings
move
in the
right now, you guys
street?
are about maybe 300 feet on the edge of where the decay of the area has started, and the forest is kind of normal. And you're looking through this gradually consumed space, and all of this ash and energy is being pulled towards the center of the grove and up into this column of like blackened energy. And it is it's just intertwined and coalescing around this massive tree.
Can I roll a survival check to see if there are parts that
I'm going in.
are safe to go
I'm pushing
through?
this along. I'm just going. Yeah.
You just watch as Derek steps off. Go ahead and give me a survival check, Belev.
I'm like, well, that's one way of figuring it out.
Hey, we walked through darkness that gave us cold damage. I mean, we have no ways of identifying this right now, and a friend of mine's in danger. Like,
I
I'm
got
going
detect
with Derek.
21.
21.
Brandon, my bow is drawn, and I'm on alert.
As you begin to examine the space, you watch as Derek steps through. Derek, give me a con save, please.
All right.
Yep.
Is Goldshot right next to me?
No, because you left so quickly. Goldshot is still with the others. So no, he's not nearby.
All right. Not bad. 15.
Okay, you guys watch as Derek is immediately pulled apart and then sucked in towards the center of the void. Derek, you feel as if you don't exist, and you are now drifting as millions of like particles towards this void. And
Dudley also would have come with me. Should I roll a con for him as well?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Go Dudley.
Dudley did better than me. He got a 21.
He is partially being pulled apart. Those of you that can see Dudley after Derek is shredded and pulled towards the center, you can see where his ear is being shredded away, his shoulder, one of his forelegs is being shredded, and then he immediately reacts to it and leaps out of the affected area. And you can see where part of his ear is gone. There's like decay and necrotic kind of damage to his leg. He takes 41 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
Guys, I don't think we should walk through this.
poor Dudley. Ouch.
No.
Am I?
No.
It looks like to me that
You give us a place.
if we
you
walk
tell us to go to this
through,
place, what are we gonna do?
that you might get pulled apart into a million, billion, bazillion pieces, and
So
This
I
is
don't know
bad.
if I have a high enough
Yeah.
to dispel magic for this, guys. I just don't.
Yeah, not going in.
I don't know if that dispel magic would work on this magnitude of a problem.
What'd you get for your survival, Valev? 21, right?
21, yeah.
Yeah. Watching Derek get shredded and his form just disappear into the gaseous void that's drawing all this decay towards
I mean,
the
he
center.
falls through portals like all the time.
You
I
get
have
the
technically
feeling.
done it twice already.
You get the feeling this is an effect. This is.
Oh.
You get the feeling that what you're seeing is not necessarily inherently magical. But
Remember what we were talking about earlier? It's not a spell; it's an effect.
That's right.
but it feels like something's been corrupted and is now drawing power from the natural world. And as you watch Derek and Dudley react to this strange demarcation between where the space is still good and where this is being drawn in towards the center, you watch as it bubbles out just a few inches and begins to absorb more matter and bring it into the center.
I'm no longer there. I'm dead.
I make
guess.
either an investigation or a perception check, kind of figure out what's
I
going
look
on.
towards
Give me
Ghost,
investigation, sure.
where the stone is that we had. See if it's doing anything. Just checking it out.
Oh, yeah, the stone that's
yeah, it's
attached to
currently
Ghost.
strapped onto the back of Ghost. It seems to be dormant. inert, not really doing anything.
Be a
Throw
19.
the stone in.
19. Apollo, the
That's what I
main
was
thing you
thinking.
notice is that this radius effect from the center core of where the grove is gradually expanding, very slowly. But it is, after like 5 minutes, it kind of comes out a little bit further. And you watch as fresh organic matter that gets pulled in just kind of literally pixelates apart, like just flakes apart.
Does
and drifts.
inorganic matter flake and drift apart? Or is it just...
I would say because Derek was wearing inorganic matter that you get the feeling it does.
Okay.
It's just matters matter.
What happened to me? Where am I?
I'm gonna try and cast light on the no, not light. Maybe I wanna
Yell out,
cast
can you
something
hear me, Derek?
on the
Is there
on
anything?
the gem? Trying to power up the gem.
DM just insta kills a player. All right.
Is there
Okay, I
anything
see
in
how
the
it is.
sky that would make us think that it's or that it isn't just a ground level thing? That it might be like a dome? Do we see anything falling out of the sky? Any?
Give me a perception check as you kind of look up. Part of the problem is you can't get any closer to it without walking through this effect. So between what Golshaw saw while with Derek up above, and you guys kind of limited to looking from the interior of the canopy in the forest, it's hard to get a true nature of what's going on in the sky. But what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There's almost like a disbursement of energy happening after the fact. Like things are being drawn in. They swirl around this massive tree. The center tree is gradually just kind of becoming decayed, and you watch as a 20-foot long branch begins to drop into the affected area, and it gets sucked into the center of it. As you peer up at the top of this gaseous cloud, you can see arcs of light and the beginning swirling of like a portal, like a glow of like oval spectral light that's beginning to swirl at the top of it. Derek, give me a perception check, please.
That's what we wanted. We wanted a portal. Vert said we needed a portal.
Yes, but I'd rather have a long rest first.
I was gonna say to rush through and
I
be
managed to
surrounded
get
by the enemy.
Another 28.
Another 28.
Yeah.
You feel yourself gathered by something. It's warm. It's strange and tactile. You suddenly feel arms around your shoulder, and you feel a familiar presence begin to gather you up. And you can feel this magic energy forming around you, gathering your molecular structure back together. And you just hear this voice, Eric. And it sounds like Alathine is trying to talk to you. You can see her dryad form trying to kind of bring, you feel her hand behind your head, and you feel your skull begin to reassemble. Her voice, it's hard to hear her. It's strange.
Yeah, because he doesn't have ears yet.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing at this point?
I'm trying to attach that gem to like a stick maybe so that I can poke it at the... I don't know.
So just so everybody
recharge-
understands, if you've never seen pregnant, sleep-deprived Arena before,
Yeah.
this is what it looks like.
It really yeah. I've been dealing
This
with
is what
parvo
it looks
puppies
like.
all week. I've been dealing with parvo puppies all week, waking
It's
up
true.
every 4 hours,
Oh,
trying to
no.
get them, keep them
Because I can't remember
hydrated
the
and-
last time a halfling that's 2.5 feet tall said that they were going to take a stick and attach a pumpkin-sized gem to it.
Hey,
I mean,
let her
Hey,
roll her
my
nat 20.
strength-
Let her roll
my
her nat
strength
20.
is
Come
more
on.
than Vilev's. I just want to state that.
Yeah,
for
my
everybody.
strength is 8.
I have a 16.
Would you like me to poke it for you?
Except
Sorry,
for when
I
I'm
got 15.
in bear form.
Arena, do you want that gem into the vortex to see what it will do?
Well, I think we need to see if we can charge it first to try and make it glow green again. I don't know how to make it glow green again.
cast spells into it.
But that
Perhaps.
No,
made
when
it
I cast
not-
a spell, it pulled the magic. It countered it.
Did you cast a spell at it or just around it?
A cantrip
What'd you
at
cast?
it.
What'd you
Create
cast?
bonfire.
I'm gonna try guidance on the gem. It's a cantrip.
Yeah, you watch as the cantrip forms. You could feel the celestial energy of Ball kind of form through it, and the magic begins to coalesce around it, and then it dissipates.
Oh, it's still dissipated.
I'm gonna throw one of my
worked.
torches.
It worked.
Oh.
The spell
It dissipated
worked.
because guidance ended.
Correct.
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm gonna
try
go
light.
put it.
I'm gonna try light. Wait,
try light,
wait.
okay.
Let me try light. Another cantrip.
It's just gonna glow.
Does it glow?
The crystalline is the structure is now glowing.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not stopping magic anymore, guys. So if we throw it in there, it's just gonna turn like Derek.
That's exactly what they want us to do. I don't know. We have to do something.
Yeah. I don't.
I think we
this
should
will
chance it,
work.
the gem, and see what it does.
Well, if we throw the gem in there, and then whatever this crappy magic
We
is,
don't have to
that
throw it all the way in. We could just put it in.
just tap
Just
it a
put the
little.
tip.
Just
Just
the
put
tip.
the tip in.
Just touch the tip to the vortex.
I'm wondering if the touching it to the vortex, if this is arcane magic and this is arcane magic, what if that reactivates the gem and then all of our magic doesn't work?
How
Well,
about
then
if I
stand
just
back and
try
I'll do
this?
it then.
How about if I try this? What's called?
Don't
Derek's
jump
still
in.
in here. What's called? Maybe if I could possibly use this other what's called spell, maybe we could pull him out.
We can't see him.
You have no idea where he is. He just shredded and was pulled into the center of the
He
vortex.
turned into atoms.
No, he's still Derek. He's just.
I'm gonna go see.
somewhere
If,
else.
I'm just gonna take the gem and see if
Derek.
it's good. See if anything happens when I put the gem like halfway
Close to
in.
it.
Okay. As
I
you
help go shock carry it.
Okay, as the two of you kind of nudge the gem kind of through the barrier and into the dead space that's gradually expanding, the main vortex is still in the very center of the grove, which you guys are about 310 feet away from. That's where the remnants of Derek was pulled into. You guys watch as Gulshan Valev nudge the gem, and you watch as the necrotic effect just buffets off of it. You can see the gas is swirling around it. The gem is not affected.
Okay.
But it doesn't make like a bubble where we could like walk. Right?
No, it's
just-
like all the
I was gonna
effects
say.
are,
So how do we turn this?
the
gem
effects
into
are like
helmets?
washing off it and around it and kind of deflecting off of it.
okay. It's not damaged by it.
D&D wins again.
Yeah.
Puzzles, love puzzles. Derek, give me another Constitution save, please.
All right.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
Guidance.
You wish.
All right. This one's a 17.
Your form is gradually coming back together. You could see that your form is pixelating back into the space. You can see the Dryad's form kind of holding you tighter. You can feel her magic kind of beginning to permeate around. You are now down to 1 hit point at this point. And you are also considered poisoned.
Again. So I'm curious. I have kind of, like true sight, and I'm wondering if I can see anything in here.
As you begin to focus through the dying foliage around the effect of the vortex, in the very center of the dying life tree, in the center of the grove, You can see two arcane forms intertwined with each other in the very center of the space. Following Gulshah's pointing out where the swirling portal was at the top of that vortex, you look up, and with your true sight, you can see elongated tentacles beginning to push their way through as they begin to try to rip and open the portal with these edges of tentacles. And you could see there's something there. There is something either trying to get through, or there's something that's feeding off this energy as it's pulsing up and through.
I'm
Yep.
gonna tell the group that's what I see up there. Some tentacle creature is trying to be born out of that portal.
We need to
look
close
up
the portal.
with my
Oh.
mile sight. Can I see anything past what she saw? Can I see the thing?
Not really, because you don't have true sight. That's the difference. She can see through the magical barrier. You can see pretty far. You just can't see through this barrier. You can see where the arcane light is trying to swirl and create this portal. But with her true sight, she can see this thing beginning to push these large tentacle-like appendages, and it's pulling at the edges of the energy barrier. And you watch, Arena, as more decayed ash gets pulled in, the bubble gets a little bit wider, and the ash is pulled into the base of the vortex. You can see those two arcane images in the middle of where the tree is enshrouded, and the vortex continues to pull and up, and the two arcane individuals, these images, kind of like writhe in pain and react to this sudden pull of like decay up in the top of this vortex.
How far away
Somebody
is the
needs
portal?
to get to the portal to dispel
Let's
it.
get-
It's close
It
enough.
was 300. It pulsed out 5 and then another 5. It's now 310 feet to reach the edge of the grove water and where the grove tree is, and the portal is enshrouding that tree. So it's about 320, 330 feet from where you guys currently are.
But
Is it
it's
up in the air?
above, right?
No.
Oh.
The tree is anchored in the grove.
Well, where's the portal?
The
Yeah, but
portal's
where's-
at the very top of the
the
vortex.
bubble?
So imagine this large 500-foot tall tree, and there's this
Okay.
black vortex swirling around it and up towards the top.
So if we get in the
If I get in the flying carpet, can I get
And then
up to
can we
the where
go
the portal's
up?
at without having to go through the area?
Yeah.
No, because the overall effect is wherever this vortex is pulsing out, you'll still have to make your way through that transitory demarcation between where everything is still okay and the gradual expansion of this kind of decay and necrotic pull of energy into the vortex. Oh, wait, Arena, because you could see the tentacles, give me a history check.
See if I know who Cthulhu is.
Yeah, shit.
Well, fortunately, Balev doesn't have any idea what to do. And this is a
21.
great time for me to not metagame at all, because I have so many plans and ideas of what we should do, guys, but I'm going to remain in character and not know anything for the sake of the RP and immersion.
These fucking
Aw.
pigeons.
Oh, come on. Okay,
So what'd you get?
Message me.
What'd you
21.
get? 21.
21.
I don't actually.
The overall size of the tentacles, they look familiar to you. You've seen them before, but in stone form.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It was
Ooh.
so bad, Gulshah's camera froze.
God.
No, I didn't.
No, you're fine. I'm just fucking with you. No, I didn't freeze. Shh.
Guys, I've seen those tentacles. We've
We
seen
were
those
inside
tentacles.
that thing.
We were inside that thing.
In
its stomach.
What?
Oh. It was a giant statue that we climbed in? Down? Yeah? Yeah.
So there's no way to get to the portal without entering that area.
From what you can tell, no. Derek, go ahead and give me another con save, please.
How close is the top of the
Hang
portal?
in there, buddy.
Or how close is the top of the bubble to the portal?
They are coexisting together. There's the gradual expansion of the effect, and every time it expands, where the column of smoke finishes, where the portal and the tentacles are coming through, they stay sequential with each other. There's no space. It's all one thing that's consuming, and this life tree of the grove is gradually beginning to get absorbed more and more.
And
What'd you get, Derek?
That would be a nat 20.
Okay, with your
22.
22. You reform and re-solidify. The Dryad's magic is pouring into you. You could feel her lean into your shoulder, exhausted. I can only hold this for a while. The World Eater is trying to get in. We've got to get out. And she sounds desperate. She's holding your form together. Her energy and magic is pouring into you, allowing your physical form to remain at this point. As you begin to look around, you realize you're floating. You're no longer standing on the ground. You're in the very middle of this vortex where the tree is gradually being absorbed and decaying around you. Because you're in the middle of it, and she kind of like reassembled your physical form. As you and her kind of look up, you can see that the portal's getting bigger, the tentacles are coming in deeper, and you begin to watch as the edges of a mouth shape kind of begin to appear. And you're now beginning to realize the perspective. The size of this is just humongous. It's huge and getting bigger every few minutes.
I'll turn her. I'll fucking grab her and say, "What can I do to help?"
She kind of like leans back and then leans into your shoulder. There's one thing I can try, but I don't know if I can survive it.
So, Arena, should I try and summon the Dryad?
No, I think she's in the center of that tree with Derek.
What if that could bring them out, though?
But
Plant
you won't
growth,
summon
which-
Derek, too.
I don't know if that'll help at all, but
Can we?
I have it as a spell I can cast.
We need to
Give
we
it a
need
try
to
if you
get
want to.
Scorpions.
No, I guess I'll just follow the Dryad's leads.
Okay. She goes. She breathes deeply. You could feel her just kind of sigh for a moment. And then she begins to crush your form tighter and tighter and tighter. You feel the entirety of her magical essence pour across your skin, and she evaporates. She just disappears. And you watch as your skin begins to harden. You watch as your fingers turn into the tips of roots. And you watch as you are just thrown out of the edge of the vortex.
Turned you into
And as you're thrown out, you begin to scramble towards the edge, and you're dragging your way. You guys can now see this strange wooden form, like moving
Not
towards the
petrified.
edge. And it's moving and crawling in
I see all of
pain.
that?
And Dudley is now barking frantically at the form.
Did I
Can
see all
I-
of that?
All
Can
of
I
you can
cast-
see him at the edge trying to make his way.
Inside. Did I see
Inside,
him
yeah,
get
you would have
thrown?
seen the two arcane forms come together, and then a pulse of energy, and now Derek is about 5 feet into the interior of this barrier, and he's crawling.
Can
and
I cast
his-
Thorn Whip on him, but make it a not thorn? Make it
the
a vine?
minute you cast it, the minute your spell energy hits it, it just evaporates. Derek,
Come
give me
on,
a
Derek.
strength
Come
check,
on, Derek.
please.
Come on, Derek. Can they see him through the barrier?
They can
'Cause
all
he's
see
still
him.
in there, right?
Yeah.
Strength. Is
Yep.
this a saving throw or a check?
Check. Strength check. So give me a strength check. Add your strength modifier.
This
Alright.
guy
Alright,
is-
again with my spell, does it magically transport back, or does it what's called fly back towards me?
It's a magic effect that brings it back towards you. So when you just make the throwing action, the entire thing changes shape and form, becomes this electric lightning chain that streaks across to the maximum range.
Don't
And
do it,
then
Apollo.
And then it comes back towards you.
That's an
It won't.
18.
It won't come
Okay.
back.
Currently, Derek's form is struggling, trying to get back. And now you're watching as little bits of his bark skin is being peeled back
With an
and
18.
peeled away.
I can't. God damn.
I want to throw the rock at it. I mean, the gem at him.
All right, I'll reach in and get him.
Like a flash of
You're gonna
genius.
get pulled all the way.
Flash
Okay,
of genius
may I
in my
stop?
house. 30 feet
So
of
go
him.
May I
Shah,
help
give me-
him or aid him?
Give me a con save.
Okay.
Can we tie
It's
a rope
going
to
to
him?
be 19.
Yeah, I was like, may I aid him?
Sure, I'll say that Apollo grabs onto his belt while Gulshah just suddenly leans into the space.
So I got
Try
a
to
29.
29.
And Ghost like grabs his
You
butt.
can see little bits and chunks of Gulshah falling off. So Gulshah take half of 82 points of necrotic damage. If you have any resistances, you can cut it again if you want to. You grab onto Derek's arms and you immediately begin to drag him out of the space. You can feel Apollo dragging you back out of the space as well.
Is
And
it only necrotic damage?
I don't know. Have you been damaged yet?
No, but I just saw Nicole shot. Is it only necrotic damage? Can I make a medicine
He just told me that I took 41 points of necrotic damage.
But
I'm
that's
gonna-
Well, hold on. Let me finish. So as Apollo is dragging Gulshah out of this barrier and Derek is being pulled as well, just as Derek comes tumbling out with Gulshah and all three of them kind of tumble back out of the barrier, you watch as Derek's skin fades and you hear a shrieking noise as the Dryad is shredded out of existence, but managed to get Derek out of the barrier. The arcane energy that was her form fades and kind of like dissipates up into the column.
If she was
I was-
out of the column, out of the darkness, would it actually still go up into the column?
The void sucked her back in.
Okay.
The
Are
trees
you
in there.
okay?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Derek looks rough. You can
65 hit points.
see. Okay.
Alright.
Derek, unfortunately, I now need you to make a
I think
charisma save
Keith
because
is
you
not
left the
okay.
protected section. So give me a charisma save really quick.
Left the protected section.
Just give me a charisma save.
Charisma.
You also have +5 because you are right next to
Yep, you are
Gulshah.
right next to Gulshah.
All right, that's cool. So, I'm getting 13s a lot lately. Dirty 20 with
Dirty
the
20.
+5.
Roll a d20 and divide it by 2.
D20 divided by 2. That's a 6, so that'll be 3.
You age 3 years.
Okay.
So those of you that watch Derek suddenly realize that, I mean, he's a relatively young individual. And you notice that his skin kind of is ashen. And even though Gulshah laid hands on him,
And you're poisoned. I can go ahead and touch you and unpoison you.
No, he's
Okay.
already unpoisoned because I.
yeah, because Gulshah did lay on hands.
Live
so-
hands.
yeah.
Live hands.
Yeah.
does that. Yeah.
So with Gulshah pouring all that energy into you, you guys could still see a hint of aging. For Arena, Kai,
Mhm.
Valev, and Gulshah, give me history checks.
Mm-hmm. 18.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
I rolled a 2, so 1.
Kai, what'd you get?
It's an intelligence-based skill, man. Come on.
21.
21. So for you, Kai, watching this effect kind of
Yep.
come over Derek.
That's why I got 21.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? I don't know if she can hear me. Can you hear
I
me,
don't
Kai?
think we can hear you.
Yeah,
Guy, can
she's-
you hear us?
I can
I'll
hear
take
you
it.
now.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, there
Okay.
she is.
So from what you can remember,
Can you hear
Kai-
me? Can
Yes,
you guys
but
not hear me?
No, we can
We
hear
can hear you.
we can hear you.
I'm here. Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
I got 21. Yeah.
Okay. So from what you can remember, your studies with both Vert and Tamlin,
Okay, good.
there is a time effect here.
Yes, you play.
Oh.
Which I'll say Kai can...
A what
she's
kind of effect?
a time effect.
It's funny because I went from 22 to 25, which is
Fine,
my
okay.
actual age now. So now my
Yeah, I
character
know.
is my age. I'm glad I rolled low on that.
Yeah,
That
no
could have
doubt.
been 10 years.
So this
Yeah.
Can you hear us better now, Kai?
Well, I will inform everybody that there is some sort of time effect going on here, guys. I'm not sure what
Okay.
exactly it is.
And ironically, I think we have some lag effect right here too.
Yeah.
That is a time effect right there. That's
I-
what that is.
This is moving fairly slow
Mhm.
comparatively. It won't be to Whist in a while.
Yeah, but the more of that tentacle creature up there that comes through,
we need to.
not
The Dryad called it the World Eater.
There's
world eater.
there's two things I'm thinking about. Number one, get to Vert and use that cube. There's some type of time dilation here. Maybe it could help us. Or we make for the place we saw that thing last,
Which was under the Jasper Mines.
which is under the Jasper Mining Company.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to stop it here. And now we're on a time crunch. This thing is slowly going to
No, I don't
radiate
think we
out
will either.
until it appears onto the ground and starts heating the world. I don't know, whatever. So
Yeah.
Would we be able to attack this while it's coming out? Maybe it has a little less. What's called
it's
defense.
coming out into the whirlwind area. There's no way to get to it.
I want to ask Ghost.
Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah.
Fucking dick dog.
Ghost is kind of a
You
dick
got
now.
a dick dog now.
He's not a dick.
Yeah, what do
He's
you
not
want?
a dick. He just, you know.
His face
His
is
like
rotting off.
decayed face with the swirling blue energy just looks towards you. Yeah. What? Well, out with it.
Well, I want to see if that hurts you. I don't want it to hurt you, but if it's only doing necrotic damage.
Oh, you mean that the thing there that shredded your friend Derek and clearly ate his girlfriend? That one. That's what you want me to go in there then?
I don't want you to go in there. No. I want you to just
Yes.
like,
It looks like it will hurt.
Just your paw, just your paw.
Just your
toe.
paw.
Just a toe. I mean,
Your
Oh,
tail.
yeah.
Yes,
I
it
don't know.
looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it messed up Dudley.
Look, we shouldn't
But-
endanger anyone else. Obviously,
Is
look what it did
Dudley
to
immune
Derek.
to necrotic?
Yeah, no, not Dudley,
No.
but Ghost is immune to necrotic.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Give me a persuasion check, Arena, with advantage. He is your buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's immune to necrotic. It's not just resistant. Okay. Persuasion. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a lovely number for me.
I have a way to bring Dudley back, so even if Dudley died here,
Dudley's
Come on,
not
boy.
died.
I-
Dudley's not dead.
Get
I
the
know
stick,
that,
boy. Get the
but
stick.
I'm saying if he died, I have a way to bring
With the stick,
him back.
with the stick,
I don't
with the
know
stick.
about
Go get the
this.
stick.
Arena picks up his stick
don't
and
know about
throws it
Ghost.
into the vortex.
And he's like,
Right,
I gotta go get it. Damn you.
He's not dumb. I boosted his intelligence with this last score, so he's
I
not
think he
as
was
dumb
actually
as
talking
everyone
about you,
else.
Derek, not Dudley.
Ooh, I didn't level.
Want this pig's ear? Want a pig's ear?
And I leveled me.
So what'd you get, Arena?
I got a 15.
15. You watch as he looks at you and just looks at the barrier leading into it.
Don't walk in. Just poke
He
it.
steps right into it.
Oh, Ghost.
And you watch as all the energy is swirling around him and nothing happens to him. He looks over his shoulder at you and goes, oh, fuck. Does this mean I got to do everything?
No. No, come out.
Yes, that's
kinda
exactly
does.
what it means.
Kind of does.
He
You guys
immediately kind of
can't
steps.
understand him.
He
Just
immediately.
saying.
I can understand what they're saying. They just can't understand me.
I know, that's probably a good thing.
And you
I
watch
can
as he
understand-
comes out of it,
Yeah.
and as he comes out, the strangest thing, his skull that was once permeating with that kind of strange, like blue arcane light that normally is hovering around his undead face, you can see bits of his flesh has been restored.
Ghost.
Looking
And
good.
I'm gonna tell him what happened.
He goes, well, I was kind of getting used to being a scary fucker. I'm happy with this.
You're still a scary fucker.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
What do you want me to do? It doesn't seem to affect me.
I think we just need to keep that.
I'm pretty
in
sure
mind.
it affected you, just in a positive
Oh.
way.
Well,
Oh,
okay. Do
There
you,
has to be a way to close this portal. All right, what have you guys learned?
there has to be a way to close it.
It disintegrated you, and
And
Ghost
it
can
didn't-
walk into it,
I mean, as
and
a
it's
given,
growing.
Derek, you would have picked up on the fact that without the last essence of the Grove energy, you wouldn't have been protected. You would have shredded out of existence. And you would have died.
Yeah.
The fact that
I'm not gonna
Althean kind of protected you, you at the very least can surmise that the last of the energy of the Grove tree is probably keeping this thing at bay, slowing it down at the very least.
Okay. Ghost, I want you to see if there's anything
We might need
in there.
help. Get Vert
If
and
there's anything
Camlin's
in
idea.
there that
Do you want me
looks
to
like,
piss on the tree?
Yeah, go piss on the tree.
Okay.
And-
He goes
and-
into the
Yeah.
Oh, God.
he walks into the. They walk. You're kidding, right? I
Oh,
don't even
God.
urinate.
I am kidding.
I don't pee anymore.
Yeah, no, you don't have to pee on the tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was joking. I was
Oh.
going with your joke. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
joke. Yeah. You heard
So-
you humans smell funny and you're not funny, but okay.
Is there any way we could get that anti-magic ball up into that portal?
So
Maybe that'll
is
do
that
something.
What if somebody polymorphed
wanna
Ghost
see-
into a flying creature and he flew that thing up to the portal?
I don't know if he maintains the resistance in a polymorph or the immunity in polymorph.
Well, what if we did something that is
That was
What
the
if I
one
take 'em-
idea I've had this whole time, so it took me a
I
while
just-
to
I
get
don't
that
know.
one.
What,
I'm gonna go back to working on what the next one is gonna be.
what if I take him up on the magic carpet and push him off, and he can feather fall into the portal with the
You
I
can
ball?
always
don't
tell
want
when-
him to go into. No.
Oh,
I
does
don't want
somebody
him
have
getting
to
eaten by
You
fly?
the-
can always
a
tell when
chance.
Cesare's had a bit of a struggle bus. He's like, okay, fuck all of you. I'll think of something else.
Gosha, can you take me?
I'm trying to stay in character, Jason.
Wait,
Oh, I know. It's hard. I get it.
No.
Gosha,
How
can
about-
you just take me straight up above the where the point where the portal is on your carpet?
Yeah.
There's about halfway up the bubble, right?
Well, I
Does
could
nobody
take you
have
above the area, but
Well,
not
remember,
into it.
it's
Yeah, exactly. Just,
synchronized. So where you with your true sight arena that you can see and the oval nature of the arcane energy, the area of effect is touching the edge. So yeah, if they were to go above that point until it grows larger and larger, they could technically kind of stay near the edge of the barrier.
Mhm.
But the barrier still is slightly beyond where the portal is. So you get the feeling that the barrier is there to kind of protect the event. The event is the consumption of the Grove tree.
So can we
Yep.
fly up and shoot at the fire at the Earth Eater that's trying to come through the portal? Is that possible?
No. Okay. Let me
I'm
ask
gonna
you a
pick up
question.
I'm
What's-
gonna pick up the anti-magic ball. Let's go.
What if we could dispel it, and then what's the range? Would it be in range of your dispel?
If we went up
Yeah.
higher,
Yeah.
is there any point where it's 30 feet away from the edge?
I would say at the highest point where the vortex is forming with the gate and the tentacles crawling and pushing through, that is the thinnest part of the barrier. And I would say that would give you the 30-foot access that you would need. However, looking at it, you maybe have 5 more minutes before it pulses out again. And that window of opportunity is
like an hour ago, and you said no. It's like way far away. Okay.
well, the vortex is very far away. It's 300 feet away from you.
Yeah, but I was asking about the top.
Okay, we already know. So let's fly
so
up
let's
there.
go up there.
So
Before
who
5
all's
minutes
going-
goes by.
Who all is attempting this?
I don't.
I pick
a.
arena on my flying carpet.
Okay.
I also want to go because I want to carry the anti-magic ball because I want to test something. Because if you guys told me about it and its effect, I mean,
I don't know if we've
I
had
don't
time
know.
to tell you about it.
What about the side?
Yeah.
I mean,
How
we've been
far-
standing here the whole time, and I asked you guys, "What have you learned?"
No, I told him.
Yeah, I would say
explained.
he's up to date, reasonably up to date.
Um,
Apollo, from where you're standing, the edge of the vortex is now 320 feet away.
Yes. How
so I
far?
can carry 1,200 pounds.
Wait,
so
hold
I
on, hold
could-
on a sec,
okay.
hold on. What are you trying to ask, Apollo?
Like, they're going up and above it. Is there a way to go like around it, possibly?
It is currently a diameter effect all the way around at 320 feet.
Okay.
So it's like that radius.
So imagine a
this.
three,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a
I
320
understand now.
degree dome, and on top of it, a little bit underneath the effect,
Correct.
is the portal with the tentacles coming out.
Correct.
So the closest we're ever going to be is we go on top.
Correct. And you're right, Arena. I misunderstood what you said. So yes, that would
Yeah.
have been accurate. My fault.
Okay. Yeah. So
Kai-
like I
Kai
was
moved
asking this
all
an
of
hour
the-
ago.
No, I just looked at my note, and you're right.
Kai moved all of the animals back further away from the edge.
Okay.
So,
So-
we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll get the
I'm
animals
going
away.
to go up with Gulshaw, and I am going to try casting Dispel Magic.
At what level?
Your highest. Your
Highest you
highest
can.
level.
That's right, because we haven't had a long rest yet.
No, we haven't. I have a 5th level spell.
Oh,
Give me a d20.
Roll a d20.
Yeah.
with this
Yeah.
Eve.
See, this is how you know you've been playing with a group for over a year and a half. They're just all over your shit when they run into a tough event. They run into a tough event and they just want to dig out your heart with a wooden spoon.
I definitely do. Yeah, I definitely want to dig your heart out with a wooden spoon.
Because it's
Why
dull,
is
you
spoon
twit. It'll
doesn't-
hurt more.
Because it's dull, it'll hurt more.
Oh,
Okay.
you
Everything you throw me, and you throw me a spoon. Remember that?
Ooh,
Oh,
Roger,
yeah.
why do
Murder
you
Planet.
throw
Yeah.
Forks. Why do you throw forks?
Really, Morty? Throw me a freaking spoon.
I want to have do I get a plus for this for being next to Gulshaw? Does that count
He's
on
helping
It's
my
not a
isn't he?
save. It's a dispel effect. I mean, you're casting a spell.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're dispelling magic is what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hold his hand?
Do I
to
add
get
I add my
advantage?
modifier, not the spell attack, right?
Correct.
Do I add my proficiency bonus too?
Mm-mm.
Damn it.
She's trying everything.
Well, that would be my spell attack.
If I used all my spell slots, could I get it to be one level higher?
Hey, Derek, can you throw up one of those inspirations at me, buddy?
Ooh, I have inspiration.
Yeah.
That
I'll
is
give you my
very
inspiration.
rare storyteller meta, folks.
I'll
Very
give you
rare.
my
I
inspiration.
was
if
looking
you
at my
want.
inspiration
20.
chart, and I'm like,
I have
God,
a
they all have
D20
so
from
many
Gulshaw.
D20s.
I have a
Yeah.
D20 from Gulshaw
I
Yeah, you do.
have.
and a
Where?
D6. No, I have two
Inventory.
D6 and a D10.
They do not stack, so you have to pick
Damn it.
one of them.
Damn.
Well, I'm picking a
D20.
20.
Okay.
Okay, so here is my.
Wait, a d20 as a reroll or a d20 as you add it on like you do the d10 and d8?
I believe you add it on.
I
So I rolled a one.
yeah, I think Goldshaw's
and
is a
I'm
reroll.
going to reroll. No, I
Okay.
didn't think it was a reroll.
I'm
I thought
pretty
it
sure
was
his is a
No, you
reroll.
add it.
No, I thought you
It's
added.
no, Goldshaw's was a D20 of inspiration due to the effect, which means you can re-roll any D20 with that D20. Your D6 is an add.
Okay, then
That's
I'll
why
use the
Derek has
D10.
so many, because he hasn't needed any rerolls. That's why they've stacked for him.
Then I'll use the D10 that I have.
Okay, yeah, that's a good call. That's probably the better choice.
Yeah. So I got.
So to describe what you're attempting to
15.
do,
Yes.
hold on, as this, Apollo, Valev, and Kai are down below, and they've moved further back
with
and
those.
trying to keep a safe distance and a safe space. They've watched the flying carpet kind of flutter up above the canopy, is now hovering above this point where all of this kind of meets up at the very top. As all of you are looking down, with the exception of Arena, the rest of you could just see the black kind of swirl of the cloud and the arcane light kind of shocking out from the center. Arena, because you still have true sight, you could see these tentacles getting further into the space and the beginnings of a tooth, like a bit of a mod-like
Toothy moth.
mouth, kind of cresting over the edge of the portal that's maybe half the size of like a 200-foot story building. It's like pushing through the space. This thing, I mean, when you guys walked into its stone mouth, it was basically an 80-foot diameter cave that was partially obscured by the rest of it buried underneath the stone
Valev, you weren't
remains.
there at that point.
Yeah.
It was a scary creature.
And this is the same place you went when you approached the fragmented academy where you found Silverhand's remains and all the other arcane items. So for you, Arena, you can see all of this. So you're dispelling. So here's the important question. What are you dispelling?
The portal.
There is a bubble of energy.
Right.
And then the column in the middle of it that's swirling within the protected bubble. And then there's a portal that's pulsing where the thing is trying to push its way through.
So you have door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. One of which is actually a portal door.
Okay. So the
But
effect,
Jason, tell her what's
It
behind.
Behind
Door
door number
number
4 is a scary individual with a pink belly stomach and a need for some loving.
So there's the darkness, there's the tornado, and there's the portal.
Correct. The darkness feels to you more like a protection barrier.
Yeah.
The portal that's the column that's absorbing the life tree feels like it's the conduit that is pulsing the energy up to cause the portal to open. The portal is absorbing that energy and getting bigger.
I want to do the tornado.
Okay, give me a D20 and add that D10.
Feel like
Plus
Okay.
your spell modifier.
Gulsha is not happy with my choice.
No, I know. Not at all. I'm totally okay with that. I think you did a good job deciding what to do.
Gulsha smacks you on the back of the head. What the fuck are you doing?
No, it's totally up to you. No, I'm not saying I'm not against what you're doing. I was thinking too, and I go, you know what? You're right.
This is Gulsha's stress management method.
that means.
Well, I don't care
because
anyway.
it was-
I'm doomed anyway. So whether you guys die or not, I mean, totally inconsequential. But go ahead.
It feels like that's going to be the higher DC.
Yeah, probably. So I got a 15.
Oh, Balev, you're so clever. Always paying attention.
Of course.
Or that
I got
was more of a Cesare
got-
response.
No, that was
Wait,
that was
guys,
not clever.
guys,
All right, listen up.
I got a 15 plus
Okay.
my modifier, which is a 3, so I got an 18.
18,
And I rolled a 10 on my D10.
which is a total of
28.
the DC was a
82.
25.
Oh,
You guys watch as the column of energy that's swirling around the life tree fades and collapses in and down. You then watch as the barrier kind of begins to shimmer and warble a little bit, and it holds itself in place. You watch as the portal stops opening, and this huge tremor and shriek just comes out of the space as a very frustrated entity can no longer pull this portal apart. There's no matter or energy being pulsed up into it. But the bubble is still there. The portal is still there. The frustrated entity moving through it is still there but cannot get through.
I yell out, "Woo! Do it again!"
So this.
No.
You watch Arena looks down the carpet at you like 200 feet up in the air. Like, no.
Now you can.
Good
No.
job. Do
Now
it
can
on
you-
the bubble now.
Do you have another dispel?
At 4th level?
Dispel
cool.
the bubble,
The D20.
and you can use my inspiration. I'll give it to you.
We're gonna get a
we
nap
can
at
still
this time
enter the
anyways.
bubble now. So if
Maybe.
somebody wants to test to see if we're not going to get vaporized upon entering the bubble.
You know who could?
Guys, the tentacle creature is still
No.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. The
It's still
tentacle
there, but it
creatures.
can't come through, right?
For everybody else who doesn't have true sight, you can see the vortex and the arcane light shattering across it. There's just no energy going upwards anymore.
Is it
and
still expanding?
It is not expanding, but it's not retracting either.
What's the
Okay,
backside of the portal look like?
So you could
All
have
we see is the creature.
you
No,
could
I
have
It takes up the entire space of the portal.
you could have
Oh, yeah.
Ghost
Darkness.
try to go in there and see if it's different. Where he
Okay.
feels the necrotic effect.
Okay.
Ghost is down on the ground. Valev, you hear Ghost's kind of telepathic voice echo. I bet she's gonna want me to go in now. You know what?
I mean,
Fuck it. He gets up and he just walks into the barrier.
Hey, so Ghost is gonna test it out. Okay.
He just walks right into the barrier. Same effect. But he comes out and goes, I'll still try to kill you guys, but it just won't rip you apart.
Oh, so
Slightly better news. It will still kill us, but it
And
won't
it's-
rip us
What?
apart.
Wait,
And
no.
it's strange because part of his tongue is reformed. So where the energy of the arcane effect is, there's like a
Oh.
piece of tongue moving with the arcane effect.
Can anybody cast
Slightly
some
better.
necrotic stuff on Ghost? Just curious.
I can cast necrotic stuff.
Do you have a necrotic cantrip you can cast on Ghost to see if that's just gonna any necrotic stuff is gonna heal him and make him look fluffy and cute again? No offense, Ghost.
Well, you don't think I look good, you fucking asshole.
Hey, come on.
I look amazing.
Have you?
I mean,
seen-
look at my
you look,
teeth.
You look badass and scary.
This
I'm
whole
just saying.
Yeah.
Look at my teeth.
You're lucky
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
got no
hungry
gums.
anymore.
so he
You're
can
lucky I
talk
don't know
to
what
Valev
food
now?
is anymore.
Ghost is
I'm just
telepathic.
kidding, Valev. You're adorable. I
Ghost
love your
is
beard.
telepathic now, so he can talk to anyone.
I'm
he
still in my
wants to.
bearkin form.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine this
Even my
necrotic
bearkin has a
dire
beard.
wolf, like this necrotic death wolf, and this bearkin are like having this banter alongside Apollo and Kai
And the horses.
Okay.
and the horses.
Okay.
So maybe try to.
Does
We want
anyone
this-
else have Dispel Magic?
I feel like we want to keep this portal
If we get
because
well,
Valev was asking for a portal we could use.
yeah, but this one leads. I know you guys
No, he
can't
wasn't.
see it.
It
No, it
leads
wasn't.
exactly where we need to go.
I'm not with
no,
you there.
no,
Never mind.
you think it does, but you can't see it. It leads to a giant mouth. I don't think that's where we need to go.
I'm so
giant
glad you
mountain.
guys are yelling so loud. It's easy to hear you. You gotta come down from there or what?
Let's go down.
No.
Down. Let's go down.
How's it
Oh,
going?
Let's go down.
Eventually, all of you, are back together again at the very fringe. The protective energy barrier is still there. The tree of life is there, but it's very weakened and not really pulsing with much magical effect. You can see where the giant roots are still dug deep into the center grove of the space. The portal still formed, probably now roughly, 90 feet to 100 feet across, and these. For you, Arena, you can see the tentacles trying to push through. For everyone else, it's just arcane energy and lightning strikes coming out of the portal.
Does anybody want to?
I want to have more spells. I want to have more spells.
Because I think
I
I only
don't
have a
know.
3rd level spell I can use. Yeah.
All right, let's go back up. I'll try my 4th level. It's gonna have some whiplash. I know it's gonna have
Well,
some
you could.
whiplash.
I
well,
can.
Not that
give
If you need to
you-
dispel the
One,
dome, you could do
but-
it from here.
That's true. You don't. I mean, the whole point was to give you a better vantage point of choices
But first,
from up there.
But first,
Well, the dome is
Ghost-
protective. We can just pass through the dome.
No,
So-
the dome will still hurt you. Ask Ghost. He said it will still hurt you.
Yeah, it'll still damage you. I mean,
Ghost.
Derek already looks like shit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. Ghost, do you want to spend more time in there to... I mean, it's your choice. I'm fine with you the way you are. But
No, I'm fine. Unless you need me to absolutely do it. It's I prefer not to. I like what I am now. I like the fact that no one fucks with me.
yes.
Nobody
you're-
did before.
Nobody
anyway.
screwed with you before.
No,
No, the children
You were-
used him as the
Oh,
jump.
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
Children
they
used to
yank
plop
on my
on you.
tail and pull on my ears. Those little gas bags with shit in their diapers. No, I'm gonna pass. Just
Yeah.
gonna pass.
Load waddlers. Okay.
What'd you call them, Ivar?
Load waddlers. Because they waddle around with their little, like, low-hanging diaper. You know he got a big load in it. You're like, man, I got to change you now.
Wait
Get
a
over
minute.
here.
Wait a minute.
One of those is gonna be
Wait, you
crawling
were on
around his
camera
house
the
in a
other
few
day, and
weeks.
you were waddling around.
I waddle around too. Depends. It makes every room a bathroom.
I just want to state, having clients that come in with depends, and it does not stop the sound or the smell.
Oh,
Just
well,
saying.
great. So, good night, everybody. On that note, we're just
Okay,
gonna-
bye, everybody. That was super gross.
I'm going to. I am going to go and struggle to keep on my meal, but thank you. Valev's like, God, I should have used her.
I have a little barf in the back of my throat now. Thanks.
All right, it's Arena's
I'm
call.
just reading a bunch
Fucking
of
Arena.
spells. I'm planning for this long rest. I'm trying to figure out what spell I'm gonna have again.
All right, so you guys are all at ground level, kind of having this conversation, looking at the shimmering, darkened barrier that's
I'm going to
pulsing.
try and dispel the darkness.
Okay. What level? 4th?
I have a 4th level spell left. Guys, I'm blowing my wad.
These.
Wait. Can I ritual cast dispel?
Does it say you
I
can?
have. Yeah. It's a spell that you can ritual cast. And because this one, it's not getting bigger, so there's no time crunch. Can
Fair
I
enough.
ritual
Yeah,
cast
I guess
it
we could ritual
at a
cast it. Yeah.
higher level? Or does it just ritual
You still
cast
have to
it?
have an available spell slot, even for ritual casting.
I didn't think you did, but okay.
But
Why don't
you
we
still
just-
have a 4th level spell slot? So you,
I mean, you have to. Yeah, I mean, even in ritual casting, you have to consume a level of availability.
It
Otherwise,
doesn't
it
use
just-
it doesn't use a spell slot. But
To
yeah,
Right,
ritually
but-
cast.
but if you ritually cast it, and their highest level of availability is 4th level,
okay.
that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It won't consume
Um,
the slot, but your highest level of availability is 4th level.
It's not growing. The thing can't get in now. Why don't we just take a long rest and then you can dispel it at a higher level when we wake up?
I mean, the horizon is darkening. The sun is beginning to set.
yeah, I'm fine with that because I fucked up royally.
We'll put Gahost
Yeah, you
and
need your rest.
I mean,
I
I'm
can't
probably
hear
still
and
going to end up
Gregley
having to roll
on
for it.
duty
I'm probably still going
to
have
watch
to
our
roll
backs
for
and
it,
we can all go
'cause
sleep.
I'm sure it's higher than an 8th level. But yeah, we can do that.
But you can
Okay.
still ritual cast it also then. So, yeah.
So, as all of you begin to kind of settle into a nearby campsite, that you unfurl bags and put together a quick campfire and do the ritual that all of you have kind
Little
of come to
unnerving
do.
with the giant space monster trying to
You can't
claw
see
and
it.
tear
The
its-
only
I
one
know
that
I
can see
can't.
it. You can't see it.
Luxury accommodations, my friends. Luxury accommodations for us. For sure.
Under some of the kind of like healthier tree boughs and canopy, you assemble a pretty decent space to camp within.
I curl up with Ghost.
Okay. You guys have a little bit of time if you want to talk amongst yourselves, figure out some information or work on anything. Are you setting up a watch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
For sure.
Gahost and Gregley's gonna take the
Yeah.
block.
Greggly.
Yes.
Who the fuck is
Well, what's
Gruggly?
what's his name?
Gruggly?
Dudley.
Douglas.
Dudley.
Durgley.
Dudley is going to
Derek
take
and Dirk Dudley.
Ugly.
Dirk Dudley and
I know, Derek. It's rough being the youngest one on camera right now. I get you. I feel for you, brah. I feel for
Man.
you.
I'd like to Dudley myself. That
I can put someone younger.
Derek's like, I'm just gonna 1-800 all you fuckers anyway. So whatever.
800.
I can put someone younger on camera. I can totally put someone younger on camera.
No, it's fine. John,
No,
you need to fla-
no,
Yeah,
do
it's
not
really
need to
easy.
flash your Papillon. Don't flash your Papillon at me.
Flash my Papillon. There, someone.
Oh yeah, Sebastian. That's true.
Your
Sorry.
Papillon.
We got to hardwire your laptop,
they
babe,
call
because the Wi-Fi is so laggy for you.
Okay.
We need to get that second hardwire in.
All
We can do
right,
that.
so the dogs can take two rests.
I don't just.
Yeah, I
Ghost-
mean,
I don't
Ghost
think
doesn't
Ghost
even have to
sleep.
sleep anymore.
Yeah, like
Ghost
yeah, I
just-
was gonna say Ghost. The
Yeah.
host doesn't even have to sleep anymore.
yeah, he basically only has to assume a kind of like almost like a partial meditative state to kind of recover anything that he loses over a long period. I mean, he could actually technically stay watch for all of you until near dawn.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
Well, and then I'm gonna tell him periodically poke your head in the dark, and make sure that it hasn't come out more.
Okay.
If it does, wake me up.
Okay. So with that, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage for Ghost, because we'll treat it as pack tactics, as him and Dudley are going to finally do what guard dogs do, keep all of you safe while you take your long rest. It only took 1.5 years to accomplish this.
Yay.
Dudley too, or
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Dudley can do it as well.
Okay.
Still
Perception.
trying to figure out what spell to take.
By the way,
Yes.
am I 15 or 16? Did I finally catch up with them or no?
No, you're always a level
You're-
behind
you're
because you
still
started
15.
later.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Dudley,
I got a 17 plus 15.
32. So between, you can always tell when there's a DM
Oh,
in
wait.
the house. Fast math.
Sorry, I got a 24.
24. Fair enough. The night surprisingly goes by unaccosted. Nothing major happens. Eventually, the dogs kind of nudge either Derek or Arena awake. The dawn is up, so we are officially on a long rest. You can adjust your spells that you want to adjust for coming off of a long rest, and go ahead and take on all the effects of your level up.
Oh, what do I want to do for...
This is where they have had a solid week to do this, and they still didn't do it. So this is kind
Well,
of fun.
no, that's
I've been busy.
you said. Don't
So
take any long
what's-
rests or do anything. Just
No, that's not what I
Put your
said at
help.
all, Ivar. But
Very
we'll get
nice.
that bell tone hearing aid fixed. Don't worry about it.
I get another
So, what spell should I take?
What does Star Lord do? I didn't know it did that. I'm
Did-
sorry.
I don't know why it's doing that.
I changed something.
Just lost my feed to my
Your feed,
iPad. No, my iPad.
your iPad, your pad is leaky.
Yeah, my butt pad.
Oh, I miss going to the SCA
And you can still
awards,
smell it,
man.
and it leaks.
I know.
And yeah, it sounds like a great massage. Remind me to never lay on your massage tables again. Grody.
They
the
are
max.
extremely able to be decontaminated.
They are every single time. So yes, this
Yeah.
is true. We invested a whole lot of money in that process.
I'm messing with you.
Yep. About a year
I'm just
and a
glad
half
I can.
ago.
I just now I know I can wear the pens there and take a dump in my pants. It's awesome. Don't have to get off the table anymore. Just
Philip's like,
Just lay
when's
a
this
log in
campaign
there.
over? This campaign's over next week, right?
You know.
Oh, God.
Considering
it's
I'm-
early
I'm-
morning.
Never mind.
The sounds of a normal camp waking up. The
No.
barrier is still there. The portal is still there. None of either
What
weakened or
What spell should I
strengthened.
take?
Tentacles still there?
As far as you can tell, Rena, the tentacles are still trying to pull and rip and tear at the space.
Have they tried to grab anything and pulling it in with it? Or
Not that you could tell. Your passive perception would be high enough to pick up on that.
okay. 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 Weird. Okay. Yeah.
Should I take Conjure Elemental? Cone of Cold?
I know, right? Oh, conjure.
So many good ones. So many good ones at 5th level.
What does the conjure elemental do?
Conjures an elemental.
Well, yeah,
Thanks,
but
Jason.
how high?
Hey, what does drinking
Yes.
water do?
Hydrate
water.
It basically
Makes
allows
you
you to
pee.
summon either water, air, fire, earth,
An
and
elemental
I believe.
challenge rating 5 or lower, appropriate to
Right.
the area that you
5.
choose.
Yeah.
Maybe
They get
you
more
get lower,
'cause-
you can multiple ones.
You're right.
There it is.
But with those, if the concentration is broken, then the elemental can become hostile to us.
it could. It's kind of like summon demon or whatever that one is. You know, you could bring in summon that demon, which is great as long as you can maintain control.
Yeah, so like an air elemental, earth, water, a salamander, fire elemental, a zorn.
Ooh, that's right. You could summon a fire salamander. Those are cool.
Yeah.
I have a really cool mini for that, so that'd be kind of nice.
CR2s or gargoyles or azers.
Mm-hmm. Basically, you now have access to like greater, more powerful like elemental beings that you can bring in.
But one of my favorites that recently came out is Summon Draconic Spirit, which is freaking cool. I mean, there's Mass Cure Wounds, which I guess is like useful or whatever. But
I wonder what you could do with that summon draconic spirit.
Oh, that's a good one.
right? That's the first one I looked at.
Scorch.
Oh, yeah. You could
But
get
then-
back.
But then
you could
we
get
also
back
have
Wilson.
we also
I
have
could
something
bring
like
a zombie. I could bring a zombie, and then we could put the dragon spirit inside the zombie, and then no.
I don't think he'd like that.
Hey, Jason. So summon draconic spirit can so I can bring back. He could bring back. He could bring back Wilson with that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Summon baseball bat does that.
Tree stride. We can move through trees. I can move through trees. I can move through trees. Never mind.
Yeah, I just get an ability score, so I took Skulker for feet.
What's
That's a really
Skulker
good
do
one.
again? Fresh my memory.
You only need dim light to be able to hide.
Oh no, that wasn't the one I wanted. Where it was,
And it was
wasn't
called if you
Skulker.
miss was called you don't show yourself.
You don't show yourself.
Oh
if you
yeah,
Take
That's
a
right.
missile attack.
Yeah, that's kind
I
of
can-
cool.
I can hide.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
in,
get
like-
near the Jasper mining community and you want to send in, your advanced scout team, he'd be a good choice for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus, I can hide as a bonus action because of my vanish feature, which I get as a ranger at 14th level, which lets me hide as a bonus action. So I can hide and attack.
I have a feeling we only have about 45 minutes to get done what we need to get done.
Mhm.
I already did it. So yeah, so I'm done. I put it all in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my. You know what face that is? Where did Ivar go? I don't see him anymore. Where'd he go?
Where it's better that Apollo's
Oh, there he
was
is.
like already up. It's like everything's already done.
There you go.
You know what? I am going to use
Yeah, I
my
already did
inspiring
mine, too.
leader feat, which I took all the way back at level 4. At
Have
like
to double check all crap. I have a very long rest.
I think this was my level 4 feat. I'll use inspiring leader. So for 10 minutes, I take 10 minutes to inspire my allies, and you get my level plus 2 in temporary hit points. So you get a total of 19, right? Or no, 18. since we're level 16.
So over an exhaustive bowl of cereal and snacks in the morning, you get a 10-minute pep talk from Derek and Dudley. Every time Derek like makes a point or emphasizes a concern, Dudley barks. So after 10 minutes goes by, you guys.
I
now
stopped
have...
listening to Derek and I was just listening to Dudley.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes when it's dubbed in different languages, it doesn't quite mean as much. But Dudley was like actually even more inspiring. You should have him do that more often.
And you're no longer in your bearkin form, correct, Valev? Unless you want to cast
Arena.
No, that's correct. It's the next day.
Okay.
So when Ghost went back in, is it just the shell that caused him damage and inside's okay? Or is it all still causing damage?
The shell encompasses everything, is what
I know,
he
but
would have explained.
I'm saying is it a wall that you just have to walk through and then you're okay once you're on the other side?
No,
It's
it's
the
the
atmosphere.
entirety
No.
of the atmosphere that's the toxic.
No, because
Nature of the
during the
necromancy.
conversation with Derek, we would have, found out that even when he was inside there, he was still taking damage.
He was being shredded while still being consumed. It
No,
was
no,
only
well-
the Dryad's sacrifice that kept him from oblivion.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is she dispelled. What did she dispel? The vortex?
Just the vortex, not the barrier. So the
So-
barrier's intact.
Yeah,
And
so the barrier
is all encompassing all the way up to the point of the vortex.
It's like a
You have
magical
to travel
fog
Okay.
inside
through
there.
320 feet of necrotic barrier.
Okay, I can give us 10 minutes in there without taking any damage. Or you can try to dispel it.
So get her towards the center and get her to dispel the portal.
Yeah.
Well, we can
could
go
do that.
up without. We can go up and dispel the portal without taking damage.
Yeah, so either way you want to do it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But I could get you in there. I
Can't
have a
predict your
spell.
rolls. I mean, your absolutes are your own. I'm just throwing in the idea of, maybe.
I know. I don't have another D10. I don't have another D10.
I do.
Jason just being
Do you have
that
do you have dispel
Discardian.
magic?
I don't have a D.
Maybe, just maybe.
Well,
I have no idea what's going to happen next. I mean, I'm nervous with anticipation, though, but I have no idea.
if only we had somebody who could have given inspiration. Oh,
You
wait.
mean like a bard?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I could. Guidance.
Oh, yeah,
Not
guidance.
Okay, so that's a D4.
Yep.
And that does stack
Because
with
that
inspiration.
was the new cantrip I chose, bitches. So, Jason, that was mostly a fuck you
And-
because of what you said earlier when I jokingly said guidance.
Yeah.
So now
So-
it's for real.
And what you can do, Valev, because at tier 4,
Oh no, it
there's
has
certain-
resistance.
There's
Well,
certain
Scott has
cantrip
inspiration.
things that make your life easier.
Yeah.
So
Resistance to
I'll
necrotic
say
damage.
that as long as you've taken that cantrip ability of guidance, you could physically wear an object that I'm going to assume that you're always giving guidance. You know what I mean? That way you don't have to say you are. I'll just assume that you're now wearing like a circlet. That means you're giving guidance. And if you describe you're not wearing the circlet, then you're not giving guidance. That way it just makes it easier for you.
You have a
I like it.
circlet of guidance.
I like it.
Yeah,
That way you
I
can
take
like
that.
brood craft your circlet, and that's just your expression of casting guidance.
I take that back. It gives us resistance to necrotic damage, but not immunity to necrotic damage.
Correct. So you'd still have to make
Always
con
still has.
saves, but even if you failed your con saves, it would be,
Halved.
halved. And if you succeeded, it'd be half of half.
Yeah.
Quartered.
So
Okay.
Super
Half of
Lev out there,
82.
raged.
Well, I have a D6 of inspiration still, and I do have the D20
It's not psychic
For the
damage,
reroll.
to roll it for the reroll.
but it's still half.
So okay, and then I have guidance.
Let's go, guidance.
Okay, so let's try and dispel this fucker.
Okay.
The darkness. The darkness.
The barrier. You're going after the barrier.
Barrier.
The barrier.
Okay. So what level?
I have to roll it anyways.
We're
We'll
at level
try.
16, Jason. We just
Yeah.
went
No,
over
what
this.
level
My
spells
level
you
spell.
casting?
Crap, that's right. I did.
I have. I'm gonna cast it at 8th level.
Oh, that's why I put you up here,
wait,
so I can.
Wait,
Poke.
at
Valev. Poke.
Your graphic is covering
ritual. Ritual.
Yes.
Ritual.
Yeah, ritual. That way you don't consume a slot.
That way
Your
I
highest
don't
level would be
consume a slot.
8. Yeah,
My highest level would be 8.
correct.
Do I have to roll?
Yeah, still have to roll.
Mm-hmm.
With an
Let's put
8th
it this
level
way, the vortex
dispel.
was the easiest of the DC.
God damn
The
it.
vortex was the easiest. Jesus
Mhm.
Christ. Why did I use the 10?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Who's that?
Go say ball or
Yeah. Balls.
balls.
Balls, balls.
So it's 10
Yeah,
plus
the
the
ball's
8
a ball.
for the level that you cast it at, or is it plus 4? Because I know
It is 10
The
plus
modifier.
the level of the spell.
So that's
So-
18.
so
Alright.
No,
I'd already
no,
said-
no. Whatever. Okay, the Merkle dude, when he cast the dome, it's the level that he cast the dome at plus 10.
Plus
is
10.
usually the DC.
It's usually the DC.
That's
But he has other abilities that allow him to bolster that effect, which is why the DC is
yeah.
always
I'm
slightly
sure
higher.
they're not spells; they're effects.
No, they're spells, but he has
I meant his ability.
abilities. Yeah.
His ability. Yeah. I'm sure they're not spells. I'm sure they're effects.
It's
Legendary.
She is gone. She just got dispelled. Jason just dispelled you.
I love StreamYard. This is fun.
Uh-huh.
She gonna remember that.
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, you know what? She says that, but the minute we get home, she's like, I don't remember.
So your finger's going to the wrong place.
No, it's not. It's poking her in
Yeah,
the
see? See?
head.
I
Hey,
rolled
you're
a natty
kidding.
20.
Okay. So there's your 20. Add your spell modifier.
Which is 23.
23.
Plus my D6 of inspiration,
Okay.
which is a 3.
26, and you're guided.
And my guidance,
Mm-hmm.
which is a 3.
So 29.
Mm-hmm.
The DC was a 28. The barrier.
I thought he was going to
Yes.
say it was a 30, and
I
I'm like, oh my god.
swore. I was like, you have to nat
You guys
20
watch
plus
as
inspiration plus
The
guidance.
barrier collapses away, and now
Yeah,
it's
you can all
just
see
the
the
life
tentacles.
tree. For all of you who do not have true sight, you can see the conical portal and the lightning cresting out of it. Arena, you still see the portal and the tentacles pushing through it.
I'm the only one that can see the tentacles.
Correct.
I've seen the creature though. You said I could see it from the center.
Yes, when you were in the
Yeah.
center of the vortex, you were exposed to the nature of the necrotic energy and you could see it. But now that you're no longer in the center of the vortex, you can no longer see it. You just see the lightning.
Well, I still know there's a
And the portal.
As far as you know,
yeah,
that's
as
on
far
the
as you
other
know,
end
it's
of
still
that
out
thing.
there.
Great.
Okay, guys.
And
Do you want to message Vert and ask him what we should do? Because we do have a portal that's open, but there's a huge monster coming out of it.
None of you can see.
No. Well, you described it though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like that giant statue that we walked through. No,
Because
it's not fake, right? Because I can see that with true sight. If it's fake,
yes,
if it's
it's an illusion.
illusion.
I mean, as far as you can tell, it appears real. I mean, you haven't gone up there and touched it yet.
Okay, let's think of this though too. That thing's coming out exactly where we need to go into.
Possibly. We don't know where the other side of that portal is.
Well, if it's
The other side
okay,
of that portal isn't just.
if it's coming out
Yeah,
from
this thing
where
is
it was
way
last
too big.
seen, then that's exactly where we need to go to get to that
And you
area.
guys do recall that Kai mentioned that this area was like under a time effect.
Mhm.
She did pick up on that. She had rolled a 21, and because
So
of
it's
her
the
work with
future?
Vert and Tamlin and the
It's from the
refraction cube, she sensed an innate time effect that's occurring here.
Guys, I don't think this is coming from current time. I think this is coming from the past. Before it became the statue it is now here.
Oh, gotcha.
So if we go through that portal, we're going back in time to when that creature was here before it was a statue.
Or are we already
Potentially.
back in time and we're gonna turn it into stone?
Because that thing is massive. If it's just at the Jasper mining colonies, why
Actually,
come
with
through a portal?
Valev's interesting insight and Kai's understanding of the effect of time and your
Okay.
personal knowledge of the refraction cube,
Yeah.
it's not so much when, it's a matter of which when,
Mhm.
right? Because
true.
the multiple time skips that they've made to find the different versions of Lord Silverhand expose the possibility to not
It could
only
be
could
from
it
a
be a
time that
question
it's
of
not.
which when, but how have these creatures gained this power?
All right.
The refraction cube was a form of power, but if they're still in possession of the refraction cube, what are the Merkles using? What are the avatars and the priests and the flagellants and the followers of the Merkle using to do this?
Maybe they have another refraction cube.
Well, whatever time it is, if it's in the past, Lady Silverhand would be alive. Possibly, right? And in that area where all the stuff was that we need to get.
Unless she died already. But
Possibly.
from what
But
Valev
did she
said,
die?
it might
Because
be.
or is she in that safe area underneath
be-
Vert's tower?
A different. It might be a different timeline, like a.
I think this is the
Different.
closest we're going to get to being able to get in there, and that's why I want to see if we can message Vert to find out. Do we need the refraction cube
Okay.
to interact with this portal that would help us go back there, bypassing this monster, or do we just need to close this thing?
I think
All
we
right.
just need to close it because
Then I don't think it's a portal back to the Jasper mine.
yeah.
Which is where we have to go. I will message Vert, but I'm gonna ritual cast. Is sending one that I can ritual cast?
Sending. Yeah, that's a ritual.
Because he told us to
Okay.
find a portal, and if we could use their portals against them. That's why I don't want to get rid of the portal yet.
Okay.
Even so, there's a colossal. I'm going to explain this to him. There is a giant mouth behind that thing. Like, it is mostly a mouth that is behind that
If
thing.
you remember that statue, it was 80 feet tall.
Okay, I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
Well, just the
might-
mouth of it was 80 feet.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
The
The mouth.
portion of the mouth you could see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We have not
The
seen
other
the
part
full
was like
size.
frozen down deep into the stone.
If we can shut that portal to stop that thing,
And I'll refresh your memories a bit about the other things that you saw. You do remember seeing the thing that was referred to as the Landwalker that was
Yeah.
frozen in that same stony environment. You also remember deep in Turcosta's lab that amber-like encasement of those items and those individuals that were trapped in that space of time. You also recall that traversing through this mouth-like creature, this cave entrance, that took you down into the fractured portion of the academy where some of those other pieces of equipment still reside. Or at least as far as you know, they're still there.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you looked at the portal, is it being totally taken up by every part of it being taken up by the monster? Or is there areas to slip through?
It's completely shrouded. In fact, the creature's so big it can't even fit through yet.
Yeah, you can see a couple tentacles and part of the mouth. That's
not even
what's
an
coming
eyeball,
through.
just the mouth.
Not even an eyeball. Just
Well, maybe
not
we could
even
try to-
all of the mouth.
So maybe we
not
go
really.
in there.
No.
Well, why don't we go up there, try to banish it, and then go through the portal?
Oh yeah, let's banish the World Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's likely to work. Sure. Yeah. Mhm.
Nothing ventured.
Nothing
I-
gained.
I'd like us to investigate what's going on in the center right now.
Yeah, let's go
Yes,
look at
Did you have
the-
access to it? You have access to the tree now, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
How
grove.
close to the ground are the tentacles?
Because whatever started, it started here, somewhere in there.
The height of the tree is roughly 250 feet. The portal is slightly above it.
Okay. So the tentacles don't reach the ground.
Correct.
Okay. Then let's all head over to the tree.
Okay. So as you guys approach the grove, it is mostly destroyed and desiccated all around it, like that kind of just a perfect radial circle of just necrotic ash and waste. As you get to the edge of the grove, you can see that some of the murky water still has a bit of a bluish hue and like a light bluish green and bluish light to it. You see little arcane streaks of energy kind of coalescing through the grove. You can see as the root system is still deep into the grove water, and the trunk of the tree, which is maybe 60, 70 feet in diameter, jutting straight up through the canopy that has been kind of, shredded back and away where this perfect like cylindrical mass of wasteland is now. You can see this tree is barely punctuated with points of arcane light and bits of energy kind of every now and then kind of coming out and then arcing in and out. It's almost like there's a little bit of life left in this tree.
Ooh, I can help restart it. I can help restart the tree. Hold on, I'm gonna roll to make sure there's nothing else around here. Like I don't know. All right, what do I investigation or?
Are you using your awareness?
Yes.
5 miles, right?
Yes, within 5 miles. I take a minute and I can use that.
So, Arena, you're still ritual casting Send, correct? Mm-hmm. Derek, you're beginning to take that minute to begin to cast your magical awareness. What are the rest of you doing?
Before that, though, I'll take the hide action just in case, so nothing sneaks up on me while I'm trying to do that.
Fair enough. Give me a stealth check as a base.
All right, stealth check. Stealth, there we go.
I'm deciding whether or not to cast banishment on this thing.
Okay, that is 19. Right. And creatures.
Well, that's a really shitty stealth for you, Derek.
It is. Well, actually, no. I'm not proficient, so I only got a +5.
Wait, but
creatures...
Velev cast guidance.
Fair enough. Give yourself a D4.
All right.
He's wearing the circlet.
Just saying.
Until he tells me that he's not wearing it, I'm assuming guidance is being imposed.
I got a 1, so that is a dirty 20. But creatures take a -10, or actually, is it a -10? Where is it? Hide in plain sight. Yeah, a -10 penalty on perception checks with me. If I'm not moving.
That is one point of view, correct?
So.
Creatures.
Yeah, creatures.
So I have this crazy idea. One of the new things with this level up was a pretty interesting spell called Awaken.
Okay.
It takes 8 hours. But it's funny. It's the casting time is 8 hours, but the duration is instantaneous. Funny how that works.
High level spells are often like that. It's not that surprising. Yeah.
So basically, it can be a dead or beast creature or plant, and basically, essentially, bring it back to life and animate it. And the awakened beast or plant is charmed by you for 30 days or until your companions do anything harmful to it.
I am I'm also ritually not ritually, but I'm casting plant growth over 8 hours, basically.
I sense a flavor here that I think sounds pretty cool.
I'm going to after I've made sure the area is clear.
Okay, fair enough.
If I were to cast Awaken on this tree to try and reinvigorate it and bring it life, it will be charmed by us for 30 days. But then after that, when the charm wears off, it would be it can remain friendly to you depending on how you treated it during that time. So I don't know. It seems like it's a very nature-based
My beard is very poofy
pumping
today. My beard's poofy. Cesare, what'd you do? What'd you do to my beard?
The other one was Wall of Fire. That was my other option. I was thinking, I don't know.
I like Awaken. I think that sounds like it could be some cool flavor.
So I was also considering Commune with Nature as ritual casting. to see if I can communicate with the remaining life of the tree
Okay.
somehow.
I love that idea. You're free to do that. Arena is attempting to ritually cast Send. Gulshaw is contemplating banishment. Derek, your awareness is pulsing out, trying to get a feel for what's going on around you. Kai, anything you want to do with this time as people are beginning to ponder ideas as to what to do? And the same for you, Apollo.
Probably going to kind of keep a watch around Derek.
I'm thinking,
Can you tell who's not in California?
I'd like to point out that
trying to reroll anything
I'm basically invisible right now. I've hidden from everything, okay, including the party, if need be.
Why would you hide from us? What are you worried about us doing?
Yeah,
Nothing.
so Kai and Apollo, you're really super laggy. You might want to try reconnecting.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now
Yeah.
you're better, Apollo. We can hear you good. I think Kai needs to reconnect because she's super laggy.
So yeah, I was just going to.
So you kind of want to go into an Overwatch almost like
Yeah.
just okay. Give me a perception with advantage because the dogs, the Death Warg and the Dire Wolf will kind of act as your ability to have advantage. So yeah, give me a perception with advantage. So I have a number to operate off of.
And do I have
And-
guidance from Valev over here?
Correct. You have guidance. Now I want to order a circlet off Amazon and send it to Valev.
Right?
And
I have
whenever
no
he puts
idea
it
why
on,
that became the sign.
because you druid craft a really cool like wooden circlet and look
Yeah.
badass.
Just so you know, with
24.
plant growth,
Okay. Go ahead, Derek.
with plant growth, if you take the time to cast it over 8 hours, you enrich the land. All plants in a half-mile radius centered on a point within the range become enriched for 1 year. The plant yield twice the normal amount or food when harvested,
Okay.
but
So-
more for the enriching thing.
Yeah, so as all of you are kind of either focusing or imagining what must be done, Derek, as your awareness pulses out, there is a coldness that tells you immediately that all of you are being watched by something. Doesn't seem to take on a physical manifestation.
Is it the giant mouth in the sky?
No, this feels like something much more nefarious.
Oh,
More
much more
nefarious than
nefarious
the
than
world
the world
eater?
eater.
Thank you. We're
Did-
yep.
So it's probably Merkel.
Jinx, you owe me a
You owe me a
Good.
Coke.
Dr. Pepper. Not my Coke.
Um,
I don't drink soda.
So Merkel. Great.
Merkel.
All right, I might as well.
Or his avatar.
So Merkel sent the world eater?
Well,
I'm
And
going
now he's just
to-
like mad because it's just like sitting there like a dog running into a sliding glass door.
I'll just make the party aware that we're not
I
alone.
don't really appreciate the dog jokes.
Sorry. It's I
I mean,
There's
I
so
can say
many-
the
you
same
didn't
thing
even
so
ask
about.
what a
much
sliding glass door was, but
I
whatever.
can say the same thing about you humanoids trying to fly in through a window.
You know what?
I'm
That
going to go
was
ahead and
one time,
attempt a banishment. I'm just going to.
and it was a very sturdy window. Okay, I thought the glass was gonna break.
What flavor do you want the
You
banishment to?
understand?
What flavor do you want the banishment to take, Gulshaw?
I don't know, grape. No, what?
You.
I just
Yeah.
like
purple.
what flavor? I
Yeah,
want.
describe how you're attempting to banish this thing, because currently it's 230 feet away from you. You're standing at the base of the grove, looking up at this tree, and you know the world eater's attempting to come through this portal based on a physical description that you're getting from Arena. You
Right.
can't actually see it, and you have to be able to see your target.
Well, let me see what I can do then. Hang on a second.
All right. Does he
How
tell
many-
us that he
Oh,
wants
that
to
you
do
can
that?
see.
How many creatures can I sense? Because I can sense the number of the creatures within the range.
You sense everything and nothing.
Everything.
It says I have to be able to see it.
Is it
Does
So the flavor is
hostile?
I'm not going to be able to cast it.
Its emotion is difficult to read. It's almost like an omnipresence. I did that on purpose. It's almost like an omnipresent kind of feeling. Not focused, not necessarily a tangible anchor that you can see or specifically focus on. It's almost like this permeation of like awareness trying to figure out what's going on. And this cold, it kind of presents itself to you in like this very cold kind of vacuous kind of emptiness at the same time.
All
Kat says
right.
she wants to check what she might have learned from her studies.
Okay.
might help.
I'll start the 8-hour casting. Hopefully I don't get interrupted.
Okay. So you begin to cast plant growth.
Yep.
It's still mid-morning. It's early morning, so you guys have plenty of time to accomplish this 8-hour function if you choose to do it. And
I'm still
you guys
hit.
watch.
we only have 2 days before the assault on Jasper Mining Company?
Yeah. So
You
today
guys
and
watch
tomorrow.
as Derek slams his fingers into the soil, and you begin to see the tendrils of fresh plant life begin to. And he's done it in such a way that it's beginning to form at the base of the grove and slowly curl in and out. And you can see that he's concentrating very heavily. His eyes are kind of almost focused specifically as he's trying to just bolster the grove and get things started.
Do you have to roll anything for that?
Nope. I just have
Well,
to
then
take
my
8 hours, at which point it consumes my spell slot, and then
Consumes Derek's charming personality.
So should I try and
I'm-
awaken the tree?
No, while he's doing this?
It takes me 8 hours to do it as well.
I'm still hidden, by the way. So as long as I don't move, the effect still remains, and I can't move while I'm doing this. So
From normal creatures, that's correct.
yeah, true.
I like how you keep
Merkel
saying
sees
that.
everything.
Hey, I don't know if it's malevolent or not, so I'm pointing it out to be precautious.
Fair enough. And I'll say that you guys recognize that Derek is being cautious. He's using both the natural environment to kind of embolden his form, as well as attempt to bring the grove back, is kind of how he describes it to
Chaotic
you.
platypus being watched by something more nefarious than World Eater. ... Twitch viewers.
Yeah, I don't know if
Oh,
it's a tree,
man.
the thing 300
I
feet
just
in the air
caught
that's
that.
trying to eat us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
More
if it's
nefarious
something
than
of
the World
Merkel
Eater.
that was left.
I mean,
Does
what's
Kai
better,
remember
a
anything
Snickers
from her
bar or
studies
Hershey's
about
bar?
the,
They're both a candy
about the
bar.
thing?
I'll take both.
Jesus.
This
What's
is
that?
only a half
Does-
mile, and I would appreciate Valev's help.
I mean, we could retcon the fact that both you and Valev are discussing a plan. I'm okay with that. I mean, it would
Yeah,
kind of make
either
sense.
way, it's
'cause-
going to take 8 hours, and it's
Yeah.
only early morning. I mean,
So with that, give me a nature check, Valev, with advantage, because both you and Derek are kind of in the same realm of what you're trying to accomplish.
Not survival. Nature. Oh my goodness. So I got a 15 on the
Okay.
first one and a natural 20 on the second one. So that gives
Okay.
me a 24.
The nature
That
check is
was
actually
exciting.
appropriate because you begin to realize that the life that is this tree is the essence of the grove, and it's barely hanging on, and it managed to just barely hang on. If it wasn't for the dispel of the vortex and then the eventual dispel of the barrier, this thing would have been consumed and the portal would have completely opened and the creature would have come through. You kind of pick up on all of this. You get the feeling that what Derek is doing will actually boost your ability to try to bring life back to this tree and reestablish the grove, possibly make it even more powerful and more of a central figure to this outcome. You get the feeling that whatever Derek's experience was with the Dryad is all linked. All of this is linked.
She was connected to the grove, wasn't she, Derek?
Yeah. You know what? I might as well just
What if this could bring her back?
pieces on the ground too, because it says any plant life within the half-mile radius, and
Yeah.
Wilson is technically plant matter.
I'm okay with
So-
that. You put the
So-
big bark section down in the grove, placing it in the water.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm gonna do it. 8 hours.
Okay.
I'll go up to.
I'll do the land. You
the
do
base.
the tree.
Would
I'll go up to
would
the
it
base
help
of the
if I
tree.
healed the tree?
I might.
Because I don't think we'll be able to take that thing out, no matter how hard we try.
I message Vert, by the way. Or
We might
wait, do you
need
guys
backup.
should I message Vert or Tamlin?
I think they'll relay it to each other.
Vert, because we had the discussion with Vert.
Okay, Vert. I message Vert.
Okay.
I mean, technically, I could give it 80 if it worked. I mean, I could give it a little bit of hit points and see if it works, but I could give it the maximum I have, which is 80 hit points of lay on hands.
As you do that, Gulshaw, you press your hands against the kind of desiccated bark, and you watch as the immediate area that you come in contact with begins to reform. You could feel little sprigs of roots forming around your feet as Derek is gradually pushing the effect deeper into the grove. You watch as Valev slips into kind of like a concentrated state and is now pouring his natural energy through this spell deep into the root systems of the grove. Arena, you
Yep.
watch as one of the tentacles recoils in pain.
Ooh, I'm
Back.
gonna tell them that happened.
There's a connection here. Something was intended to be consumed to keep this portal open. The opposite is now happening. The question is, can you maintain this effect for 8 hours?
Yeah.
Gulshaw
Yeah, it
is laying on hands, pouring health as fast as he can just
Is
pass
that what all
on
that
into
clicking
it.
sound is?
That's
Yeah,
what my
probably.
clicking sound is. I'm clicking my 80 hit points of health into it.
Just go up, highlight it, and hit 0.
Yeah.
No, that's not how old people interact with computers, but thanks,
What?
Derek. Huh?
You stop it, you
You
young
have to
whippersnappers.
click file and then preferences. How does?
Control.
Never
Alt-
mind. I'll just take it
What's
to
the
him.
mouse? Which one do I click? The right
Control
one or the
Alt
left
Del?
one?
What's
You have to
Control Alt
install
Del?
Real Player 5. Never mind. I'll just take it to him.
Hello, computer.
Me and Valev are out for the 8 hours. I mean, you guys are going to have to protect us.
Hello, computer.
Well, we got the dogs to protect us. We got the dogs to protect
you
us.
have the beard to pull
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
off.
Doug
Yeah.
does act in a
Yoga.
defensive manner when I can't command him. So
That's true. I mean, but I'd also go as far as say Dougley is staying near you at this point.
Yeah.
He knows you're
Yeah,
using the
guarding
shadows to protect yourself, but he is nearby. Apollo is on Overwatch. I'll say Gulshaw, you can how many times can you lay on hands?
I just did it one time for 80 hit points of
Okay,
health.
are you able to do it any more than that?
I could do spells.
What would you like to try with your spells? Because
Okay.
all the healing that you're able to contribute
Okay.
will shorten their 8 hours.
Okay, so I did 80 hit points of healing.
Okay.
can we say 10 points an hour?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to be full of shit.
Let's see. Spiritual-
You can say 10
Hey,
points of
you
hour.
can say whatever you want.
I could
There you
do cure wounds for 4d8.
What is it, like a minute?
So if you want Gulshaw,
Mhm.
you can calculate all your spell slots
Okay.
and all your healing abilities in a single stroke of dice rolls.
Okay.
It'll consume everything you have, but whatever that number is, it'll impact how long Valev and Derek's 8 hours will take.
Okay.
It'll
so I
either
can
shorten
do-
it, it won't extend it because you can't really fail with this assist. But whatever that pool is, it will diminish or help speed up their activity.
And then
Okay.
we have no spells until we sleep, and who knows how long we'll be able to sleep. for.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this in
Oh, there's that cautious arena creeping through.
2, 3.
While this is happening, Dudley has my stealth features, so he's going to make a stealth check and
Okay.
also blend in, just in case any
And
enemies
then-
show up.
Gotcha. Go for it.
So, let's see.
2,
And
3.
unlike me, Dudley is
I'm
proficient in
going to blow my whole.
And of course, Dudley rolls better than me, getting a 27 for his stealth.
Fair enough. Kai, if you can
I'm
hear
going to
me.
blow my wad in my staff of healing word.
Okay, go for it. Max out your hit point or roll for whatever healing that would obtain.
I want to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
My beacon of hope. Locket.
Yeah, my staff does. Yeah, it's 102 hit points back.
Okay, 102.
Wait,
Yep.
before we do that, I want to invoke the beacon of hope, and it's not just my healing spells.
Didn't you just recently use that a second time?
2 charges a day.
What's the one that's weekly or monthly? Is that the
Immediate
divine?
long rest.
Oh, that's the immediate long rest one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
So
invoke the beacon
okay.
of hope. Okay.
And then all healing spells get an additional 4d6.
Okay.
Oh
The
my
staff is
God.
still not a spell though.
Holy
The staff
Wait, but-
is
But
a
would that work on
magical
the lay on
effect
hands?
of an item.
But my
lay on
spells would
hands,
get it.
Lay on hands is not a spell. Lay on hands is an ability of the relationship
Okay,
that
the way it's
Shaw has
written,
with the Raven Queen.
it says twice a day, speak the word hope, and for a 30-foot radius, healing abilities get an additional 4d6.
Okay, so
Abilities.
go ahead and give yourself 4d6 then roll on top of your lay on hands. As long as it says ability, you're good. But it would also have to say ability or magical item or
Doesn't say magical.
Okay.
yeah.
It just
So
says
but I did cast 8 levels of spells into the tree
Okay.
for
So-
94 hit points of healing.
Okay. Go ahead and do the 4d6, babe. Was it 4d6?
Wait, you spent
Per
all
spell?
your spells?
he
Yeah,
spent all his spells.
I spent all my spells.
Yeah, the beacon would be a. So how many spells did you expend?
8.
8. So 32d6.
Okay.
This is tier 4 shit, guys. That's why this takes time.
At this point, I'd just use a dice roller. I wouldn't even care. Physical dice. Fuck that. Like,
Oh, no, I'm-
We cast.
I think
I'm
he
rolling it
one
on
spell.
D&D
Yeah,
Beyond.
you can actually
Yeah.
add 50 more.
118.
I always.
Okay.
So I did 94 hit points and then 118 hit points with the additional.
Okay. Doing long math here. Okay.
Mhm.
Anybody else want to contribute with any kind of healing? And 50
Kai
more
said
for
add 50
Kai.
more.
So 50
And
more
I'm
for Kai.
spent.
Okay. And we'll say this is for this
That
effect.
took him all of 6 seconds. And
Well, no, for this effect
I
to
always
work,
forget my
he is also
extra
kind of
to it.
concentrating and kind of like pouring all this magical essence into the tree as well. While everybody is doing this, Arena, and you cast Beacon of Hope, you can clearly see this creature is now struggling. That
Okay.
all of this is not only like beginning to affect the portal, but this magical bolstering and this natural interaction with the tree is beginning to cause light to begin to shine a little bit brighter in the grove waters. The root systems kind of pulse up as light is coursing into the center of this tree. You watch as the canopy of this massive tree grows slightly out. You can see fresh tree limbs beginning to come off of the boughs of the upper tiers of the canopy. Something's working. Something's effective here. Valev, you get the sense that your awakening spell is only going to take you 5 hours. Derek, you get the sense that your spell effect is only going to take 5 hours. Arena, Apollo, and Kai, while the others are focused on the tree, you watch as immediately both Dudley and Ghost stare off into the distance of the surrounding space. All of you can feel an imminent cold beginning to kind of descend into the area, and you watch as dozens of shadows are beginning to pop into existence in the wasted space.
Great.
Valev Golshah and
Oh,
Derek
no.
cannot help you.
I
They
want to
have
cast
not-
Magic Circle.
Okay.
No. Oh.
Wait. I'm looking. Magic Circle. Where is it? Hold on.
That'll be the last thing I let you do before we terminate
I know.
for the evening.
I know, but I want to cast Magic Circle because
Okay.
it's
5
part of a
minutes.
barrier. There it is. Okay, you created. Everyone's got to be in the radius. 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered on a point on the ground that you can see within range. Glowing runes appear wherever the cylinder intersects with the floor or other surface. Okay, choose one or more of the following types of creatures. What kinds of creatures does it sound like are coming?
They definitely give
One or more.
give me-
Just choose all of them. Just choose all of them. Fucking blanket.
Okay,
I will
all
say,
of them.
I will say with Derek's previous warning about that sense that Merkel might be watching,
Yeah.
his things that you've interacted with before are very fiendish in nature.
Fiendish.
Okay. So we'll go with, all of the things. And the circle affects, so you can make it so that things can't go into it. So that, yes. You can make it so that things, all right, so it says the creatures can't willingly enter the circle by non-magical means. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar, it can't. It should do so. It must succeed on a charisma saving throw.
Right.
But they can't walk in to the
What's
circle.
the duration of the spell?
It's a while. It's 8 hours.
An
or
hour?
something.
An hour. How many spell
Okay.
slots do you have available for it?
5.
Well, I have-
Going
my spell
to
slots.
rub this poison on my weapon.
Okay.
My spear.
Giggity.
All right. Giggity.
It is a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
So you have plenty.
So
Right.
I have...
3 third-level spells. So.
I mean, well,
Well, it's a 3rd level spell. I got 3 3rd level spells. I have 3 4th level spells. I have 2 5th level spells.
We good.
A 6th, a 7th, and an 8th.
Okay, you haven't burnt any
1, 2,
yet,
3,
right? You haven't
4,
burned any
5,
for
6,
healing or
7,
anything like that
8.
yet?
She was saving this because she knew this
I
was
was
going
saving
to
this
happen.
because I knew you were
Okay.
going to do that.
She was
Fair
mad that
enough.
I spent all my cells.
So with
Yes,
that,
it
I'm
was.
going to describe the final thing that you see before we call it a night.
Okay.
Recognizing these shadows popping into existence, and as they swirl about the space, you back up. You could feel both Ghost and Dudley on either side of you. Apollo comes up from behind you. Kai comes in as well. Unfortunately, this leaves the animals unattended. They are immediately consumed by these shadowy forms, as these shadowy forms now number in the hundreds. And they flit about and coalesce around. You kind of get into a position where Valev is now alongside you. Gulshaw is in the grove water holding onto this massive tree's bark, and Derek is just at the edge of the encompassing circle that you can bring into effect. You dig deep. You very rarely ever want to reach out to him, but you get the sense that reaching out to Ball right now might be a good idea.
Yep.
Give me a charisma save.
Oy, that's not what I'm good at. Hey, do I get guidance?
You're
Yes,
next to
'cause
Double Shaw.
No, because he's concentrating, so
Nope,
no.
but you get a +5 of Gold Shaw.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
do get a
saving
+5 from Gulshaw.
Okay.
Derek,
I'll go to
don't you have
12.
guidance?
12
That's better
plus
than guidance.
4, 12 plus 4 is 16,
16.
plus 5.
It's 21.
So 21.
Okay. Suddenly the magical circle bubbles up the full height. It's coalescing with a kind of green, blackish energy. The shadows slam into it. First a couple, then dozens, and there's just this hurricane wind of these shadowy forms smacking, crashing into it. And then eventually the shadows abate, and they're now just kind of coalescing there, frustrated, unable to figure out why they can't get through this barrier. And then,
Like the mentors bouncing off of Patronus.
yeah, oh yeah, good idea. I like that visualization. You watch as a hunched over, darkened, necrotic looking figure suddenly appears in that space. A long, distended looking face with a long tongue curling out of it. Its eyes blazing with a greenish light. Its hair just matted and coming off in like necrotic form. It's wearing human skin
Gross.
as its clothing. You could
Gross.
see the fresh,
It's Lady
like kind
Gaga.
of viscera of the remnants of whoever this thing took it from, kind of just leaking off of it, and all you can hear is that sound of a steady drip.
You're gonna make me vomit.
And the creature just stands at its full height, its hands coming up, this frustrated look on its face. I don't care that he wants you here. You may have the breath of a god, but I am the extension of who he is. And a familiar face begins to burn through this coalescent, necrotic visage.
It's Beloy! Sorry.
You watch as Beloy's form reads
Oh,
up.
I knew
He
it!
leans forward, his hands coming up. And that's where we're going to finish tonight.
That's awesome.
Next
Hi, Beloy.
week.
I don't know who that is.
That was just a character that was with
This
us.
was a 5-hour combat.
That was the character that was with us. And he left, and yeah.
Yeah, Beloy, I've been waiting to pull him out. You guys finally made it to the Grove, and it's so much fun.
Because
This is-
he stayed in Tercosta's lab
Mhm.
to research.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh wait, isn't this
Yeah,
guy?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
supposed to be an ally. What the?
Yeah!
All right, everybody. I know it's late. It's past 10 o'clock, and well, it's almost 10 o'clock. We've got puppies we got to go home and take care of.
Yeah.
We have chickens to check on, and the farm still beckons and calls. Thanks to Adventure Pack for the raid. I really appreciate it.
Yay,
Thanks
raid.
for the couple new followers. We actually hit 350 followers tonight, which
Woo,
is
woo.
quite an amazing milestone considering we haven't been doing this very long. So thank you, everybody. This is a real...
That's awesome.
This is a real blast. And this, I haven't been in a conclusive arc for a very long time. Maybe it's been over a year. And, it's nice to be back in it again because now we're in that upper tier shit where your creativity is really going to make a difference. I mean, I loved how the getting the life tree back up and functioning was fucking cool. That was really, really neat. I liked that a lot. That was really cool. And with that, if you need, our schedule will be changing a little bit over the next few days. We have a new campaign we're bringing to you on Saturdays. We have our other new campaign that just started on Sunday. So if you get a chance, drop on in, check us out, hang out with us. We have lots of new stuff coming in 2022. I am super stoked for the Star Wars RPG that Enigma will be running. I just got him an admin authority for my StreamYard, so we will probably start testing and getting him acquainted with StreamYard. That way we can keep this kind of like crispness going so everyone can see what's going on. I really do like StreamYard's stability. It's nice. And I'm convinced, even with Kai and Apollo's connectivity issues, if we weren't using StreamYard, they wouldn't even be able to connect. And I know that actually does make a difference. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. If you can, please subscribe. It'll help us out tremendously. If you can't, please help us follow. Help us out in the socials. Every little bit helps as we all in this space have to battle that dreaded algorithm to obtain what we're trying to get to. But hey, as I always say, please stay kind, stay safe, and play a game. It's important. It's good for your mental health, and we want you to be healthy in your mental. So, good night, everybody. Thank you.
Night.
All right.
Healthy in your mental.
Are you doggies going to be okay? Or
I
is it
don't
still
know.
touch and go?
Still touch and go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to do my two dogs for the same thing, and they made it.
What was it for?
My puppies have parvo.
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 Yeah, it's real bad. But
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, parvo's a bad one.
most dogs die from it.
Most dogs die from it. Yeah.
So,
It's a very, very
Kai
bad.
cast 8
intestinal-
on Arena and Apollo and
Yep.
herself to give you guys 10
Except
max
sometimes
HP.
puppies.
I'm glad I
We
gave
had
you
a whole
guys that
group of
16
puppies
HP.
live